that count cloud going down. Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me. Down. Got that count cloud going down. Got that count cloud going down. Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me. Down. That's what it's about. Put some cherry juice right in my mouth. Eating all the red meat. Bitch, please look at my feet. That's what it's about. It's that gout. Got that gout cloud going down. Got that gout cloud going down. Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me. Down. Got that gout cloud going down. Got that gout cloud going down. Inflammation's on my feet. Down. Oh yeah, it's hurting me. Down. Take that bitch out for the clout. If you know what that shit's about, shut your mouth. Yeah, that bitch is so fucking fat. I'm just stating facts. Might just hit it from the back. Yeah, kinda shit to make my hardware into Microsoft. Eating so much red meat, I don't wanna stop. Might need to pop a blue pill. If I don't hit that ass, I don't know who will. Down. Got that gout cloud going down. Got that gout cloud going down. Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me. Down. Got that gout cloud going down. Got that gout cloud going down. Inflammation's on my feet. Down. Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Fuck you, niggas. Fuck your ass.
Liquid Richard
is going to cause trouble.
I'm going back online.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Somebody drink all my Pepsi. Fuck you!
I need that money. I need that money. I need that money.
So fuck it.
I need that money. I need that money. I need that money. Money, money, money.
Come the fuck on. Let's have a fuck. Let's. Come the fuck on. Let's have a fuck.
Help your boy out. I'm embarrassed of my KD. I'm just trying to milk brandy. The point of my streaming is to make brandy and fuck diggers. Fuck diggers. I want a bitch that's so fat, bitch that's so black. I love fat, I love dick. I love dick. Dick.
I need that money. I need that money.
Motherfucker.
I need that money. I need that money. I need that money.
So fuck it.
I need that money. I need that money. I need that money. Money, money, money.
Come the fuck on. Let's have a fuck. Let's. Come the fuck on. Let's have a fuck.
Help your boy out. How did I gain so much weight? Gain so much power? Play this game right here a fucking hour. Overeating every now and then. I'm real talk thinking about cutting the stream off. Quit switch and go drive the bus. I'm real talk thinking about cutting the stream off. Quit switch and go drive the bus.
I need that money.
Motherfucker.
I need that money. I need that money. I need that money. I need that money.
So fuck it.
I need that money. I need that money. I need that money. Money, money, money.
Come the fuck on. Let's have a fuck. Let's. Come the fuck on. Let's have a fuck.
Help your boy out.
Hey, Wings, you fat fucking nigger. You're 500 pounds. Kill your fucking self, fat ass.
This dude sounds like that.
Me and Wings of Redemption can easily collab. You send me over the beat, I drop my bars on it, and we go.
Look at mom. Who is buying your DoorDash, baby? Who is paying your bills? I heard you got a job and a non-human son. I heard your man's name is Phil. But you left your heart in my
Alright, guys. We're gonna get started here in a minute.
I miss your raccoon eyes too.
If you're the burger, I'm the king. Big Coke, big smoke, we'll take it home. Now it's just me and you, and the music's blasting out of the Subaru. And then you took your makeup off, and it made me see something about you. You're just what I want. You're not another hungry raccoon.
I heard you got a job and a non-human son. I heard your man's name is Phil. But you left your heart in my Subaru. I miss your raccoon eyes too. I miss your raccoon eyes too. But you left your heart in my Subaru. I miss your raccoon eyes too.
Talk about my wife, please. Please.
Big ups, Liquid Richard.
Shout out to the Player Watchers Discord.
Liquid Richard Productions.
Nigger, lose that shit, alright. Lose that shit, alright. Fat tits, more nation. Thank you for the $5 donation. $5 donation, alright. Motherfucker, I ain't left the house in almost a month. Stitches busting on the plane. Chest pains, chest pain. Walmart currently has Diet Pepsi on sale. Chest pain, chest pain. Thank you, Mike Hawk. Fried pork chop. 450 pounds. I can barely walk. I can barely walk. Waking up, being fucking fat. Being fucking because you're a little immature brat.
Chest pain, chest pain.
Waking up, being fucking fat.
Chest pain, chest pain.
Nigger, lose that shit. Alright. Lose that shit. Alright. Fat tits, more donation. Thank you for the $5 donation. $5 donation. Alright.
Other than that, yeah, the gin will probably have to wait till next week. All
right.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Duty, back again with another video. And yes, your boy Duty decided to play the dramatic music, being that today will be a drama-filled stream with Phil. That's right. As you guys probably heard already, our boy Phil was, air quotes, robbed on his day off. But it's not a big deal, folks, just like Phil mentioned. Today should be very interesting. By the way, I usually post this video on Phil's day off. But honestly, your boy Duty was very tired and decided to just chill for the day, take a day off, take a real day off.
Barely any, in fact.
Actually was chilling on a boat and had me just a nice, relaxing, chilling day away from the pignosis. But your boy Duty is back. And of course, as soon as he gets back, he gets hit with the robbery arc, and of course the robbery arc we know will save the channel.
None of my plugins are working.
So anyway, let's get into it. It's your favorite segment, my favorite segment. It's when we look into our boy DSP's finances. And spoiler alert, our boy Phil had a pretty shitty day. He should have put the Begpocalypse on earlier in the week. He waited too long, and of course the day off was ruined for Phil. So let's get into it. As you guys know, Phil had a 6-day work week, which started on November 10th and went all the way up to November 15th. In that time frame, our boy pulled in $741 in tips compared to $1,017 last week. So he took a significant dip of about $300 in tips. Like I said, it looks like our boy DSP waited a little too long to do the Begpocalypse. As you can see here by the numbers, on the he started off good on the 10th, but then of course it just slowed down the rest of the week. And then on this last day, when he did the huge beg alert, he made some pretty decent money, $364, which may have saved the day. He probably was able to get some groceries, pet supplies, and maybe some DoorDash. But other than that, yeah, the gin will probably have to wait till next week. So yeah, so for that same time period for super chats, Phil did make pretty big jump here. It looks like he made $525, and of course that was due to mainly one person dropping like 2 or 3 big super chats on Phil. As you guys know, a lot of people don't trust tipping Phil, because we all know that PayPal does give the person receiving the money some information. They definitely give your name, they give your email, and depending on how your setup is, they probably give a lot more information. So they know they can't trust Phil with their info, so they decide to super chat, and that way YouTube is the middleman and you never have to worry about Phil doxing you, aka Riot. So for the grand total for this work week, Phil pulled in $1,266. Even with the significant increase in super chats, he still made less than last week. As you can see, last week he made $1,318, which is still significantly off pace from where he was last year. As you can see, last year, I mean, for that same time period for last year, it looks like Phil pulled in, let's see here, it looks like he pulled in $350. Let's see here, hold on, let me just total it up real quick instead of trying to do math in my head. So for this same time period last year, which is the hardcore begging season, it looks like Phil made $844 in tips. So he again, just like all the weeks this whole year, he's well below what he's made in 2022. And this is the hardcore begging season. I mean, since September, October, November, it's just been dead. It's been very slow. And when we look at the overall totals year over year, you're going to see that dip. You'll see that dip significantly. So again, as we said, it looks like Phil made less this week than he did last week. I told you, Phil, you should have done the begging much earlier. So, if we look at the grand totals for November, it looks like Phil so far has made $2,459, and of course that's tips and super chats, and that's gross numbers. Again, all of these are gross numbers. This doesn't take into account YouTube's cut, PayPal's cut, what he has to pay for taxes. I know Phil bitches a lot that when I report on his numbers, I report gross numbers and I make it seem like he gets more money than he actually gets. No, Phil, I always say these are gross numbers. This doesn't take into account YouTube's cut, PayPal's cut, or what you pay for taxes, if you even pay taxes. So he's pulled in $2,459, which puts him on pace for less than $4,000 this month, which is yet another dip. And again, this is November. October, November, December are the hardcore begging months, and Phil just hasn't cashed in whatsoever at all. He just hasn't. The support's just been abysmal.
What are we doing, guys?
And I put that mainly due to the whales. He doesn't have as many whales as he had previously. Some of his known whales have just been MIA. For example, OIC has been the last thing OIC provided, based on his anonymous tips, was a $100 super chat, which was maybe about 3 weeks ago, and that's it. And that was only to ban someone. So OIC has been kind of MIA. Not sure if he's waiting till December to kind of throw as much cash as he can for Phil. You never know. You never know with these with these folks. So yeah, I haven't been looking at the well, I looked at the views last week, and he's on pace to making less in views this month than he did last month. I mean, it looks like he's on pace to get about 520,000 views. But we'll report that at the end of the month, folks. So yeah, so let's look at the yearly totals. So of course, as you guys know, I take a look at his yearly totals for tips and super chats from the beginning of the year to now, and then compare that to 2022. And as you can see here, folks, Phil is just still way off from his pace on 2022. So last year, this year he made $46,553. And if we compare that to what he made last year, he made $57,813 for a net decrease of 19.5%. That's huge. That's for tips. Now that increase, because last week I think it was at 18.5 or 19%. So again, he's on pace to lose between 19 and 20% of his income year over year, which isn't good. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter. You should not be seeing a decrease. And what makes these totals even more significant is that these are two channels. This is DSP Rack and DSP Gaming. Two fucking channels. Now, I know all he did was carve out content from DSP Gaming and put it to DSP Reacts. But you would think he would see some increase in revenue, being that people do like React content. And actually, that's probably what's been hurting him the most, is that his DSP React content no one watches it. I mean, he may get memberships, not even that. He gets what, 90? The average is maybe 90 members a month. But his views are tanked. They're shit. He gets what, 40,000, 45,000 views a month on that channel. He provides no content whatsoever. I mean, he does one show a week and then carves that out into 9 episodes. Who cares what Phil sees or reacts to 4 or 5 days later? Because that's what he does. He carves it out. He puts like 2 videos out a day to make it seem like he's pumping content out on that channel, which he isn't. So no money, and then of course he's not doing anything, so he's not getting any super chats. He's not getting any tips for that channel. The only thing he gets is maybe his $50 or $50 in tips, and maybe about $30 in super chats on Sunday, and then his memberships. That's all he's getting for that show. And what ends up happening is that DSP Gaming suffers, because every time he doesn't stream on DSP Gaming, he loses memberships. He does. He just loses memberships. So if we take a look at the super chats, we can see here that Phil so far has made $19,027, compared that to last year, which was $23,000, excuse me, $23,026, we can see that Phil, excuse me, we can see that Phil has made 17.5% less this year than he did last year. And again, I can't tell you how significant that is. Now, I will say this: that actually decreased. That number last week was 18.5. So it decreased a percent, which is mainly due because he did receive a good significant amount of super chats this week. He got about over $500. So it has decreased. But again, the tips, the discrepancy between the tips increase. So again, it's stealing from Peter to pay Paul. Phil's problem is that he's not getting any additional income. What they're doing is they're just taking the pot of money that he already gets and just change the way they're giving it to Phil. It doesn't increase, they just change the method of payment. So I'll give you an example. If Phil begs that his tips are low, they're gonna tip. But what happens is they don't super chat and no memberships. If Phil complains about memberships, they'll donate memberships, but won't tip, won't super chat. Even Phil knows that. Phil says the same thing. He complains about the consistency. He doesn't have consistency in tips and super chats and memberships. And that's what he's looking for, that consistent monetary every single day. Get a little bit of members every day. Get some super chats. Get some tips every single day. And he's just not getting it. When the tips increase, everything else drops. When the super chats increase, everything drops. When memberships increase, everything drops. So you see a pattern there, Phil, and Phil cannot seem to break that pattern. So, folks, for the grand total so far this year, Phil's made $65,580 compared to last year where he made a whopping $80,839. And let me double check my math here. I just want to make sure that's right. Let's see here. So 65,580. I have calculations that are done in here, but sometimes Google Sheets is location. Okay. No. What is going on, everybody?
I'm
It's
sorry,
your
guys.
boy
I had to
Duty
start that
back
video
again with
all
another
over
video.
again.
And
I do
yes, your boy Duty
apologize.
decided to play the dramatic music, being that today will be a drama-filled stream.
Hey, now,
with
Gabe.
Phil. That's right. As you guys probably heard already, our boy Phil was, air quotes, robbed on his day off. But it's not a big deal, folks, just like Phil mentioned. Today should be very interesting. By the way, I usually post this video on Phil's day off. But honestly, your boy Duty was very tired and decided to just chill for the day, take a day off, take a real day off, and actually was chilling on a boat.
You can calm yourself the fuck
and had
down.
me just a nice,
That's what's
relaxing,
gonna happen, Boots.
chilling day away from the
go
big
when
noses.
you-
But your boy Duty
when
is
the other
back.
dogs go,
And of
then you
course,
don't
as
get
soon
to
as he
go,
gets
you'll
back,
go later.
he gets hit with the
You need to calm yourself down.
robbery arc.
Go lay down.
And of course, the robbery arc we know will save the channel. That's right, folks. So anyway, let's get into it. It's your favorite segment, my favorite segment. It's when we look into our boy DSP's finances. And spoiler alert, our boy Phil had a pretty shitty day. He should have put the Begpocalypse on earlier in the week. He waited too long. And of course, the day off was ruined for Phil. So let's get into it. As you guys know, Phil had a 6-day work week, which started on November 10th and went all the way up through November 15th. In that time frame, our boy pulled in $741 in tips compared to $1,017 last week. So he took a significant dip of about $300 in tips. Like I said, it looks like our boy DSP waited a little too long to do the Begpocalypse. As you can see here by the numbers, on the he started off good on the 10th, but then of course it just slowed down the rest of the week. And then on his last day, when he did the huge beg alert, he made some pretty decent money, $364, which may have saved the day. He probably was able to get some groceries, pet supplies, and maybe some DoorDash. But other than that, yeah, the gin will probably have to wait till next week. So for that same time period for super chats, Phil did make pretty big jump here. It looks like he made $525, and of course that was due to mainly one person dropping like 2 or 3 big super chats on Phil. As you guys know, a lot of people don't trust tipping Phil, because we all know that PayPal does give the person receiving the money some information. They definitely give
Do
your
they
name,
really?
they give your email, and depending on how your setup is, they probably give a lot more information. So they know they can't trust Phil with their info. So they decide to super chat, and that way YouTube is the middleman, and you never have to worry about Phil doxing you, aka Ryan. So for the grand total for this work week, Phil pulled in $1,266. Even with the significant increase in super chats, he still made less than last week. As you can see, last week he made $1,318, which is still significantly off pace from where he was last year. As you can see, last year, I mean, for that same time period for last year, it looks like Phil pulled in, let's see here, it looks like he pulled in 350. Let's see here. Hold on, let me just total it up real quick instead of trying to do math in my head. So for this same time period last year, which is the hardcore begging season, it looks like Phil made $844 in tips. So he again, just like all the weeks this whole year, he's well below what he's made in 2022. And this is the hardcore begging season. I mean, since September, October, November, it's just been dead. It's been very slow. And when we look at the overall totals year over year, you're going to see that dip. You'll see that dip significantly. So again, as we said, it looks like Phil made less this week than he did last week. I told you, Phil, you should have done the begging much earlier. So, if we look at the grand totals for November, it looks like Phil so far has made $2,459, and of course that's tips and super chats, and that's gross numbers. Again, all of these are gross numbers. This doesn't take into account YouTube's cut, PayPal's cut, what he has to pay for taxes. I know Phil bitches a lot that when I report on his numbers, I report gross numbers and I make it seem like he gets more money than he actually gets. No, Phil, I always say these are gross numbers. This doesn't take into account YouTube's cut, PayPal's cut, or what you pay for taxes, if you even pay taxes. So he's pulled in $2,459, which puts him on pace for less than $4,000 this month, which is yet another dip. And again, this is November. October, November, December are the hardcore begging months, and Phil just hasn't cashed in whatsoever at all. He just hasn't. The support's just been abysmal, folks. And I put that mainly...
That's his own fault.
Mainly due to the whales. He doesn't have as many whales as he had previously. Some of his known whales have just been MIA. For example, OIC. OIC has been... The last thing OIC provided, based on his anonymous tips, was a $100 super chat, which was maybe about 3 weeks ago. And that's it. And that was only to ban someone. So OIC has been kind of MIA. Now, not sure if he's waiting till December to kind of throw as much cash as he can for Phil. You never know. You never know with these with these folks. So, yeah, I haven't been looking at the well, I looked at the views last week, and he's on pace to making less in views this month than he did last month. I mean, it looks like he's on pace to get about 520,000 views. But we'll report that at the end of the month, folks. So yeah, so let's look at the yearly totals. So of course, as you guys know, I take a look at his yearly totals for tips and super chats from the beginning of the year to now, and then compare that to 2022. And as you can see here, folks, Phil is just still way off from his pace on 2022. So last year, this year he made $46,553. And if we compare that to what he made last year, he made $57,813 for a net decrease of 19.5%. That's huge. That's for tips. Now that increase, because last week I think it was at 18.5 or 19%. So again, he's on pace to lose between 19 and 20% of his income year over year, which isn't good. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what business you're in.
Oh shit.
It doesn't matter.
For real, dude?
You should not be seeing a decrease. And what makes these totals even more significant is that these are two channels. This is DSP Rack and DSP Gaming. Two fucking channels. Now, I know all he did was carve out content from DSP Gaming and put it to DSP Reacts. But you would think he would see some increase in revenue, being that people do like React content. And actually, that's probably what's been hurting him the most.
Oh,
is
look
that his
at you,
DSP
you
React
good
content
mama.
is no one watches it.
Good
I mean, he
mama
may get
boots right
memberships,
there.
not even
Hi,
that. He gets what,
sweetie.
90. The average is maybe 90
What you
members a month.
doing?
But his views are
What, mama?
tanked. They're shit. He gets what 40,000, 45,000 views a month on that channel. He provides no content whatsoever. I mean, he does one show a week and then carves that out into 9 episodes. Who cares what Phil sees or reacts to 4 or 5 days later? Because that's what he does. He carves it out. He puts like 2 videos out a day to make it seem like he's pumping content out on that
I feel
on that channel,
OBS.
which he isn't. So no
The
money,
current
no,
one
and then of
is
course he's not doing
more
anything, so
stable.
he's not getting any super chats.
I don't know why.
He's not getting any tips for that channel. The only thing he gets is maybe his 50 or 50 bucks in tips, and maybe about $30 in super chats
get out of this
on
corner,
Sunday,
dude. You're
and then
gonna
his
mock me if
memberships.
I
That's
stay.
all he's getting for that show.
Nope.
And what ends up happening is that DSP Gaming suffers because every time he doesn't stream on DSP
Yes,
Gaming,
got
he
the
loses
throw.
memberships. He does.
Fuck,
He just
pop
loses
me in the
memberships.
corner.
So if we take a look at the super chats,
Fucking
we
A,
can
I
see
put
here that
myself
Phil
back
so
in
far
the
has made
corner, dude.
$19,027. Compare that to last year, which was $23,026. We can see that Phil, excuse me,
Punish.
we can see that Phil has made 17.5% less this year than he did last year. And again, I can't tell you how significant that is. Now, I will say this: that actually decreased. That number last week was 18.5. So it decreased 1%, which is mainly due because he did receive a good significant amount of super chats this week. He got about over $500. So it has decreased. But again, the tips, the discrepancy between the tips increase. So again, it's stealing from Peter to pay Paul.
Yep.
Phil's problem is that he's not
Beauty is
getting
always
any
on the money,
additional
man.
income. What they're doing is they're just taking the pot of money that he already gets and just change the way they're giving it to Phil. It doesn't increase. They just change the method of payment. So I'll give you an example. If Phil begs that his tips are low, they're gonna tip. But what happens is they don't super chat and no memberships. If Phil complains about memberships, they'll donate memberships, but won't tip, won't super chat. Even Phil knows that. Phil says the same thing. He complains about the consistency. He doesn't have consistency in tips and super chats and memberships. And that's what he's looking for, that consistent monetary every single day. Get a little bit of members every day. Get some super chats. Get some tips every single day. And he's just not getting
guys. I'll be right
it.
back.
When the tips increase, everything else drops. When the super chats increase, everything drops. When memberships increase, everything drops. So you see a pattern there, Phil, and Phil cannot seem to break that pattern. So, folks, for the grand total so far this year, Phil's made $65,580 compared to last year where he made a whopping $80,839. And let me double check my math here. I just want to make sure that's right.
Dropped so much.
Let's see here.
I'd be hitting the fucking
65,
panic button if
580.
my
I have
pay
a
dropped
calculation that are done in
$20,000.
here, but sometimes Google Sheets is location. Okay, nope, yep, it's right. So he made $80,839 last year compared to $65,580 this year for a grand decrease of negative
$24,000.
18.5%. It's actually a little bit more than that. It's like 18.8%. But your boy Duty just rounded it down. Like I like round numbers. So 18.5%. There's no way Phil can catch up. He would have to hit the tier 3 tip goal at least once a day from now to the end of the month to even remotely catch up. And there's no way. There's no way he's going to be able to make $15,000 in a month and a half. There's no way. No way at all. It doesn't matter. So we're probably going to see these numbers, these percentages kind of stay the same throughout the rest of the year. Oh my lord, that's right. Our boy Phil's going to be crying, and we all know what happens.
All right.
Is, he's going to reflect.
All right.
And he's going to talk about
Big ups
all
to
the
the
things
big
that
brother Duty. Always putting it out for us. Thank you, Duty. Oh, fuck. I just went for the damage. I wish I had the ability to pop 2 clones. Ah! I'm getting tired of that whiffing.
Fatality. Sub-Zero wins.
This dude, he finally got his ass kicked, right? By Sonic Fox. Oh, not that. This one.
Right, so this is Six Arakin. If you ain't already heard about Six Arakin, he's basically some wannabe LTG sort of guy. He's like Tesco value LTG. He's raging on the mic, just being a wrong'un on the mic, just being weird with kids on Mortal Kombat and whatnot. But you know, it's Mortal Kombat, and players of Mortal Kombat will just chew this kind of person up. If you're watching this, Arakin, obviously we're just going to keep abusing you and just making you a laughing stock. It's amusing to us. So yeah, objectively, you're terrible at the game. Like literally, anyone that knows anything about the game is capable of beating you. That's why you cherry pick people. Let's see. There's nothing really good to say about you other than the fact that, you know, man gets angry when he loses a game. That's about the extent of what you bring to this. So here we go. We can see man gets angry when losing game because you are terrible. So here we go. Here's my little time just making an example of him. Oh yeah, and last but least, sort out your TikTok likes, mate. That you are a wrong'un. You're definitely a wrong'un. Just straight wrong'un. If you know what I'm talking about, go to his TikTok and look at his likes, mate. This guy's a wrong'un. Hello, hello?
Yeah, how many times have I beat you?
None so far.
None so far. Well, so this is going to be the first time I beat you?
Hopefully so, yeah.
Okay, okay. Mortal Kombat, where am I? I'm second? Oh, that's pretty cool.
We're about to fight the strongest Lee May in the land.
Oh, please, be quiet, man. Oh, now that I'm on Twitch on my phone, I'm getting the message. Mute my live stream. I'm getting the messages, people begging to be unbanned. That's crazy.
I'm taking you to the Wuxi Academy for training.
No one can escape justice.
Shut up.
You will have to silence me with your violence. Let us begin combat.
Bro, be quiet, man. Fucking grown-ass kid.
This is about to be easy. You have whiffed your attack. You had no chance.
Hey, yo, if you
It's
keep
over.
talking, I'm gonna block you, bro. So shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you in my ear. Be quiet.
More. Who grabbed?
I don't want to hear that guy. Okay.
He quit.
Mike, are you gonna stay silent like a little pipsqueak? Yes or no?
Hello there. Hello.
Okay, you know who I am, yeah?
Oh, I know. I'm starstruck, bro. Like, you're my favorite.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's what I said when I went to the red room, you know. All right. Anyway. So, you subscribed for a best of 3, yeah?
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Okay, let's get this shit done. Where you from?
I'm actually from Cali, but I moved to the UK.
Okay. Well, how tall are you?
5'10".
Jesus. How much do you weigh?
About 280.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get this shit done. Shit done.
Okay, bro.
All right, best of three. If I beat you twice, it's done.
You beat me twice, it's done. Okay, bro.
Yeah, but I'm currently suspended on Xbox, so I can't use my mic. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. W physique? Yeah.
It's a W physique, bro. You stupid. You're mine now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, come here. Yeah, that's right. You like that? You like that? You like that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Come on. We can do it. Yeah, that's right. Don't push the button. Crash.
I'm sorry, but you suck too. You see what he's doing, right? You're attacking and he's just hugging the block. Grab. Don't just mash. Grab him. Break him from his block so he can't just stand there and block. So stupid. It's so stupid. It's like standing in front of somebody with a grenade and just letting it explode in your face. Something about it, but it's just gonna hurt you if you don't.
I got out of work. I went out to the parking lot to go to the car to come home. Someone has stolen the
They don't work. What? What did we miss? What did we miss? We're gonna go back about a minute. Oh, goddamn this thing. It's getting clogged. Come on. What the fuck? Mama. What's the matter out there, Booch Booch? What are you hearing? Is there a lady outside? Or the neighbor lady's outside, huh? You don't like that lady. It's okay. She's a nice lady. I'm confused. What the fuck is going on here?
And
Okay, there
it
it
was
goes.
very, very ridiculous what happened. So I want to show you what happened again, just to remind all of you. This
didn't
happened
happen.
live during a stream, by the way. One day I'm sitting here live on stream, playing games and relaxing with my audience. And
Wait,
I
is
get a
he talking
frantic
about the
phone
fucking
call
tire?
from my wife. Now she's at work, and she's supposed to be coming home. And the call is,
Bro!
so frantic, she's like, I can't believe this, but someone, I got out of work, I went out to the
He's
parking
just
lot
retelling the
to go to
fucking
car to
tire
come home.
story.
Someone has stolen the entire tire assembly off of our car. And just to show you again, to remind you, for those of you who maybe forgot about this, yeah, this literally happened. Someone put our car up on a jack in broad daylight, in the middle of a parking lot. And they stole the tire right off of our car. Assembly and all, as you can see, it wasn't just the tire, it was the whole assembly. So, to make a long story short,
what do you mean the whole assembly?
This story from the beginning. I told
Everything you need to put the tire on, there is a right there. That's it. They're talking about
basically,
the bolts.
We put the donut on the car, drove it
I don't
home,
get it.
had to go to a tire place, had to order an entire tire assembly. It wasn't just the tire that needed to be replaced. They stole the whole assembly. I need the entire thing. The rim and everything has to be, back on there. And it cost me
dumbass,
a ton
the
of
tire
money.
and the rim,
right?
it's all this, it's
now,
the tire. The rim
we
is
immediately
included in the
reported
tire.
To the authorities. And the mall itself, where this happened, has cameras everywhere. All right? There was literally, I'm not kidding you, a camera probably 20 feet away from where this happened in the lot.
Lying.
It's right
He's
there.
lying.
They have these cameras set up
straight
in
up
the lot
lying.
to film
Liar.
crime in the lot. So we reported this to local police. They don't
No,
allow
you
you
didn't.
to do verbal reports anymore. I'm serious. You have to do everything online. So everything was reported. And we say, hey, contact the mall. They have the evidence. Here's the picture. But, they have the evidence of everything on video. The police decided, oh, this is not a big deal, and never investigated.
Because none of that actually happened.
Oh, well, they said not a
you
big
didn't
deal at
file
all.
a police
They,
report, dude.
Nothing
There's no
worth it.
history of
Not
you
worth our
filing a
time.
police report.
So, because they didn't investigate, guess what? I was out a ton of money.
No.
All right, and this sent me back. And this is the problem is every time
all
I swear I'm
he's
getting
doing?
ahead, I get set back by some bullshit. This year's has been a lot. Most of it's been behind the scenes stuff you guys don't know about. But this is one of the things that was public because it happened literally during the stream. Okay?
What?
So
What the
you guys
fuck is
knew
this guy
about
doing,
right? I
dude?
mean, what was I gonna do? How was I
He
gonna
is
hide it when I had to stop my
hardcore
stream right in the
begging.
middle to take care of this? All right. So that was many, many months ago, and just to let you guys know, no, things are not getting better. I live in the Seattle area of the United States, the state of Washington, Pacific Northwest, and out here,
I love the Pacific Northwest. My
things
home.
are literally just getting worse and worse and worse.
No, it isn't.
I wish I could say that this is,
Nope.
this is, by the way, for the record,
Nope.
this is not a political statement.
It
This
isn't.
is not me trying to stir up trouble. This is me being honest.
There are certain
all right?
parts of the
Everywhere
state
you
that
go,
are bad.
You see thieves,
But that's everywhere.
walking around with backpacks and duffel bags. They just walk right in the stores, and as soon as no one's looking, they go do. They take everything. They're right out the door. No one stops them. If they do get stopped by the police, in fact, here's what happens. I wish again that this was an exaggeration. This is not an exaggeration.
You're lying.
If the cops catch someone in the act of stealing, they take the products away from the person who's stealing, they return it to the store, they take the person's information down, and they let the person go.
That is not
They do
true.
not arrest them. They
That
do
is
not
not
charge them with any
true.
crimes. They do not.
That is not true. That is not true. That isn't true. Depending on the amount stolen, it's either theft or grand theft. And if it's theft over 1,000, your ass goes to jail. Phil, you're fucking lying.
Incarcerate them.
You're
They
lying.
let them walk away.
You're lying.
So I want you to think about that. What is the incentive to not steal when there is literally zero consequences for committing the act of stealing?
You're straight
Right?
up lying.
None.
You're lying.
And in a lot of cases, what's happened is there's been actual organized crime rings in the state of Washington.
No.
People who have gone on a tear,
No.
steal a car,
Oh
drive it into the
my
front of a
god, I
bank
can't believe
or
this.
a grocery store or a
He literally lives 5 hours away
like
from
a
me.
CVS, what do they call a pharmacy? Run in, grab what you can, go to the ATM, smash it, grab the money, and run out, and that's it. They're gone. Now, if they drive away, the cops are not allowed to pursue them. I want to repeat that.
That is
if
not
someone's committing
true.
a smash and grab robbery and stealing everything from a business, the police are not allowed to pursue them.
That is
They are
not
told,
true.
you must stay back, just take their information down, and hopefully you can catch them at
You're
home.
lying.
I wish I was exaggerating.
You're
but I'm
lying,
not.
Phil. That is
That's
not
the state
true.
of how things are here where I live. Okay? So again, there's been tons of organized crime rings doing this. There
You
are
are
organized groups
lying.
of thieves who are working what's the word? Not conjunct. Yeah, I guess conjunction, or they're consorting with each other. They all hit up stores at certain times of days, and then they all come together. They actually found, like, you know, apartments full of stolen goods. Oh, they're all working together, and they dump it, and then they all sell it, right?
You are fucking lying.
So this has all been happening, you know, for about 2-3 years, but
No.
it's just getting progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay.
No.
Now, the story I'm about to tell you about yesterday, now I can get to the Phil's Day Off segment, okay?
No.
Is
You just
absolutely
straight up made up
positively
a whole bunch of fucking
ridiculous.
bullshit.
If it didn't happen to me, I actually wouldn't believe it. So I'm going to tell you the story of what happened to me yesterday, and you might not believe it either. I don't blame you if you don't. But this is actually the state of things where I live, okay? This is how bad things have degraded to the point where life is nonsensical at this point, okay? So, here we go. You ready? So yesterday, I went out during our day off, and it was another day at home. Because we actually have, coming up, we actually have quite a few days coming up where we're going to have lots of appointments and things. So we've decided to have a string of days off where we're going to stay home and relax. And then we're going to have our string of days where it's like several weeks where we have to go out every week to do a bunch of shit. Okay? So.
You're just fucking lying, dude.
This was one of the situations where we were staying home.
Liar.
But I had to go out to run my errands. All right? Now, what errands do I run?
Dude, I want another
Typically,
cup of Java.
grocery shopping.
Let me go get a cup
pet
of
supply
coffee.
shopping.
We'll be right back. I want to figure out how to set up background music. I've been asking around, but nobody wants to tell me how to do it. So I guess I might just have to look it up. So, yay.
And sometimes I go to the garbage dump. You know, sometimes we'll have ordered something from a store and I go and I pick it up or something like that. It all depends, all right? It all depends on that stuff. And basically, you know, it was not any day out of the ordinary. In fact, I was saying to my wife, wow, this will probably be a quicker day. I don't have too much to do today. So this should probably be a day where I'm in and out, you know, within maybe a couple hours. I have everything done. And then I can come home and we can relax together. Have a nice relaxing day together because we didn't have too much to do at home either. It wasn't like a day where we have a million things we have to do. We could sit back and relax and watch some stuff together, order some food, maybe have a drink tonight. You know, we're have a nice relaxing day together with the family. It's nice. So I went out.
You don't have a family.
I did all my errands.
You don't.
And the last thing I gotta do is grocery shop.
You don't have a family.
Okay. So, you know, first of all, one thing about grocery shopping these days, and this is like everywhere I go, all the carts are always fucked up. I don't know why, but almost every cart that you get at any grocery store is completely fucked up. None of them go straight. They all like fuck they get fucked up. So it's just a chore grocery shopping to begin with, especially when you're loading up. This week we actually had to get some extra stuff because Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, is next week, next Thursday. So there's a lot extra things that that I need to get for Thanksgiving and stuff like that, right? So you know, I knew it was going to be a heavier shopping trip. There's going to be more stuff than usual or whatever. By the way, for full disclosure here, I do use reusable shopping bags. I used to not, and then basically right before the pandemic hit, I bought a bunch of these reusable shopping bags. And what I found is, man, it's easier when you got your groceries in your cart and them in and out of your house. Having the reusable bags just makes it easier. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it saves the environment. You can believe that if you want. I really don't give two shits because I really don't feel like my impact on the environment using shopping bags is that big. But I'll tell you this, it is way easier carrying your groceries around with reusable shopping bags than it is with those shitty plastic ones, okay? So I have a bunch of them, you know, and I have different kinds. I have like the ones that are, they're more like a plastic, almost laminate feeling to them, and they're kind of durable. You put your regular groceries in there, but then I have a couple that are like the heavy insulated, and they have like box sides almost, and I have like 2 of those, and those are really, really good for your like cold stuff. You put them in, you could zip it up, and it keeps your stuff nice and cold. Nothing, you know, melts in your trunk or anything like that. And I just bought those earlier this year, I believe off of Amazon. So some of these are on the older side. Some of these are many years old, these reusable bags. I've been using them, again, since, like, pandemic era. And then others are more newer bags. So just for clarity purposes, because I want you to have the entire perspective of what happened, okay? Got my shopping cart. I got my reusable bags in front of me in the shopping cart. There's actually a drink caddy in the cart, and my phone fits perfectly in there. So what I do is I have a list app in my phone, and I use that to track what I need for shopping, and I usually just pop my phone right into the drink caddy, and I check off on my list as I'm grabbing stuff and putting it in the car. Check it off, and that's how I shop. It's pretty convenient, okay? So I'm you know, my normal day, I start usually into produce, get the produce out of the way, and then I move into the store. You know, you go from the dry goods into the other stuff, and the cleaning supplies, meats, and then you finally get to, like, the dairy and the bread and everything. So, normal day, nothing crazy. I think we got pumpkin pie, because we want a pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, so you know, that's an extra thing. You know, some rolls. We're freezing, so that we can actually have some rolls on Thanksgiving. Stuff like that. You know, cranberry sauce. Bought a couple cans of cranberry sauce, in addition to our usual meals for the week. By the way, this is a shorter streaming week, which we're going to talk about later in the show. It's only a 5-day streaming week, because I need my day off to be Wednesday of next week to do my shopping before Thanksgiving, because I don't want to be out shopping on Thanksgiving Day. So we'll talk about the schedule in a few minutes here. But anyway, so as I'm shopping, you know, it doesn't seem like it's anything of a little bit of an abnormal day or anything. Maybe there's a few more people in the store because it's the week before American Thanksgiving. But it doesn't seem like there's anything weird or anything. So, basically, I'm shopping. It takes me about a half an hour, I would say, to grocery shop. So, I'm finally at the end of the shopping trip. My cart is almost, you know, packed to the top. And I've got a few things left. I've got bread, a few dairy things I need to get, and... oh, it was the cranberry... that's right. It was the cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. And, you know, that's something I don't normally buy. He's lying. Right? So it's on my list.
He's just pulling it out of his ass.
Store.
He's pulling it out of his ass.
And I'd gone up and down the aisles, and I hadn't seen it, which is a little weird, because the week before Thanksgiving, and I can't find the cranberry sauce. So typically what happens is, if you can't find it in the aisle and it's something for a holiday, it means they idiotically put it on an end cap. Like, they probably have, like, a highlighted area of the store where it's, like, on the front of one of the aisles. But the dumbest thing about that is, if you're shopping, where are you looking for the item? Where it should be in the aisle. oh, well, we don't have it there now. We have it only on the end cap because it's the holiday. Then how are you supposed to fucking find it? You didn't put it in the aisle it's supposed to be in. Right? And they do this all the time. I don't know why, but they think that they're smart or something. Right?
Oh, no.
So
it's
anyway,
WWE
I am
champions.
in this area where they have, like, refrigerated soups, dips, hummus, stuff like that. And
I had to slap the shit out of you for
basically,
the way
only
you
thing
just
left,
said
like I said,
soup.
to my if I went a little bit to my right, there was the aisle with some dairy like cheese, and then there was bread. So that's
Yes,
all
we
I had
know
to
how
do was finish
Safeway is,
shopping.
dipshit.
But it hit me. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this cranberry sauce because I'm gonna grab it now. I'm gonna forget about it, right? Let me just go grab it. It's gotta be on an end cap, right?
Oh, fuck.
So I'm not stupid.
It's just gonna
All
be
right?
one thing
I
after
grab
the
my
other with this
phone
fucking
to make
guy.
sure I don't leave it in the cart, because man, I'd be a fucking
grab the
moron
phone.
if I left my expensive phone in the cart, right? So
No,
I grabbed
you're
my
a
phone, I put it
dipshit
in
who
my
doesn't
pocket,
trust
and I said,
people.
all right, so
Idiot.
I'm gonna be walking away to grab cranberry sauce, come right back, then push the cart to the end aisles and finish my shopping trip. Now you might say, well, why did you not take the cart with them? Because like I said,
you're
the
an
carts
idiot.
in these fucking grocery stores are junk. They barely work. My cart's full. So why am I gonna push my cart across the entire store to look for cranberry sauce just to push it back to where I was to shop again? I'll just leave it here for a minute, right?
Nobody stole anything
Now,
from
why
him.
on earth would anyone think that something would happen? Right?
What, did you leave your wallet there?
I literally walk away from the cart to find this cranberry sauce. I timed it, actually. It was 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I found the cranberry sauce on an end cap. There it is. I grabbed it. All right, we got the cranberry sauce, right? I turn around. I come back. I was not gone for longer than 120 seconds. I come back, and there's no cart. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, someone must have moved it. Maybe I was blocking something that someone wanted.
What?
Right? So I start looking around. I'm like, okay. And then I think to myself, you know what? It's probably over one aisle over. I'm probably misremembering where I left this cart. I thought I had left it right next to the hummus, but maybe I left it in the next aisle over. I look over there. There's nothing there. Right? And I'm looking all around, and I'm like, huh? What is going on? So now I'm starting to think, all right, maybe an employee grabbed the cart thinking it was an abandoned
Dude,
cart
he wasn't robbed.
from a customer that had
Dude,
just
he
decided
lied.
to leave, right? But I'm thinking, no, an employee wouldn't think that. I got my reusable shopping bags in the front of the cart. And by the way, again, I got to reiterate, these are not brand new reusable shopping bags. These are not valuable. You know, you can buy these online for a few bucks. This is not like, oh my God, there's $200 of fucking bags in this cart or anything like that. It's nonsense. It's nothing of any real value, right? So I really start just looking around, and I'm like, so now in my head, I'm thinking, could someone have been like, I mean, maybe it's an elderly person, and they're just confused, and they grabbed my cart because they're,
ugly?
you know, who knows?
Why is he so ugly?
So I said, I'm
Sorry,
gonna
he's
walk
ugly.
corner to corner in this store. By the way, so I have cranberry sauce in my hand because that's all I have. Because I went to grab it, I was going back to the cart. That's all I got is cranberry sauce.
You could have
right?
kept your cart
So I'm
with
like, I'm
you.
gonna go end to end in this store, looking up every aisle. All right, let's do it. So
Idiot.
I start walking, and I look
You
down every
fucking
aisle, and I realize
moron.
as I get to the end of the store, it's not in
No,
the store.
he didn't.
It's like someone, when I went to grab cranberry sauce, grabbed my cart and walked out the door with it. Now, I want you to think about how weird this is, okay? First of all, no, I didn't pay for my groceries yet. So it's not like, oh, I got robbed of you know, hundreds of dollars or anything like that at all.
You didn't get robbed, you fucking bitch! Oh my lord, you fucking lying sack of shit! What? Get the
That's not
fuck
the point
out of
here.
here, dude!
The point is, someone just took the cart, right? What really did they steal from me? The reusable bags. Is it a big deal? No,
Are
of course
you
it's not. But they
fucking
did get a cart full of
serious?
groceries. But
Dude,
here's what
$1.50
really gets me,
worth
which
of
I just
reusable
don't
bags.
understand. Okay, this is what really
$1.50 worth.
blows
Oh my
my mind. All
Those
right?
fucking bags
Think
are
about
worth
this.
5 goddamn cents.
If you're going to steal, and you're going to a
No,
grocery store
hell
with the
no,
intention...
hell no. No, dude, no. How are you going to sit there and say that you were robbed when they took reusable bags from you. Reusable bags here in the Northwest are 5 cents. He's complaining about 25 fucking cents. 25 goddamn cents.
Of stealing. Like, I want to steal from the grocery store, right? Would you not go and grab your own cart, load it up with what you want to eat,
What the fuck is
or what
this
you want to
moron?
steal to resell, whatever
Why
it
is
may
he
be,
so
while you're
goddamn
stealing,
ugly? It
and
looks
then
like his
leave
flesh
the
suit is
store with the
failing.
cart of the things you picked, right? Would that not be what you did? What you would do, right?
You
Why
didn't
would
get
you
robbed.
look for a cart of someone else's
Did you
shopped
go
groceries?
Hold on.
And
Hold
take
on.
that
Hold
cart,
on.
right?
As a person who works at a supermarket, did you go and check the resource counter? Did you go and ask a customer service rep, hey, did someone happen to grab my cart full of groceries because I left it on the end of an aisle? No, you didn't. You're assuming, you moron. You're assuming. You're an idiot. A fucking idiot. Oh my lord, what a
Right? Does
dumb
it make
fucking
any
moron.
logical sense in your brain at all?
Nothing you said makes sense, you fat fucking Billy Joel looking bitch. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Nothing got robbed from you.
You would steal someone else's cart of groceries that you didn't pick. Because again, I have to reiterate to you guys, okay? In the state of Washington, right now, you can get away with theft. No
It
one's
was
stopping anyone.
25 goddamn cents, you stupid bitch. They didn't take anything from you. They didn't take anything from you, and at most, if you had those little bags with the pictures on the front, like to have Star Wars or Pokemon or whatever on the front of it, those cost at most $2. So at most they took like $10 from him. What the fuck? You're an idiot, Phil. This is the dumbest fucking shit I have
You can
ever
literally
seen in
walk
my
into a
life.
store with a bag or whatever, load it up, walk the fuck
No,
out.
you
And
can't.
even if there's a cop who catches you, they take this stuff back and you walk. They don't
No, you
arrest you.
don't.
All right? So, if that was the case, why wouldn't you just go to the grocery store, pick what you want with the intention of stealing, and steal it? And take what you want? Why would you take... My brain was like addled. Like in a video game,
Because
you know,
you're
someone cast
dumb.
a spell.
You are
and you
a
got those
fucking idiot. I honestly cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. He's complaining because they took his cart and he said he was robbed. He equated it to somebody stealing his tire. He wasn't robbed. He was not robbed at all. I can't believe this fucking guy. Look at him.
the Tweety birds going around your head or the stars. I was like, I can't understand it. I just don't it's like the mind flayer was whipping me with their tentacles or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I just couldn't understand it. Like, why would anyone do this, right? So, what was I gonna do? I gotta reshop the store. So the first thing I did is I texted, you know, my wife, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to be back home late. If you're wondering what's taking me so long, I literally have to do a second shopping trip because I already did it once, but I didn't check out yet, but some fucker stole this, right? So just to confirm, I did grab an employee, and I said, here's what's just happened. What do you think? And they said, nah, someone stole it. They're like, if it was someone who was putting your stuff back, it wouldn't make sense because you have all your bags in the car. He says the moment that someone saw reusable bags, they would have known it was a customer legit who was going to come back. If you didn't have the reusable bags, and you had left it there for several minutes, then there was a chance an employee might have taken the car and
didn't
put
leave
all
it
the
there for
groceries
several
back,
minutes.
But there's no way.
You said you left it there for 2 minutes. Even if it was 2 minutes at most, 2 minutes, it is still enough of a reason to pull the cart into the customer service area because 2 minutes could mean that 2 minutes goes by and you're blocking a pathway where other customers can't get in the aisle, which is more than likely what your dumbass did. You put the cart right in the middle of the aisle so nobody could enter after you. So the person moved your cart and they more than likely put it into customer service because they have to redistribute the items. That's what happens, Phil. You're a goddamn idiot. A fucking moron. I can't believe the shit you're saying
that
right
someone
now.
did that if you have your reusable bags in the car.
No, I do this shit every fucking day. Every day. Every day of my life. I do exactly what he's saying. That they don't do, and he's fucking lying. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's a goddamn
So,
moron.
Definitely someone stole it. Okay? So I grabbed a cart. I had to reshop the whole store.
Did you tell an employee?
And of course, you know, I ask as I'm checking out, I tell the story again. And basically, I say, so what do you think happened? And the checkout guy was like, well, I think I got a theory. He said, of course, there's no way to tell. He said, but you got to understand that a lot of these people around here now, they're just stealing to steal.
Oh,
it's
shit. Oh, goddamn shit, dude. Every fucking time they always just vehemently agree with him. Every single time. Every time they just agree. Catherine? Who's that? Every fucking time. They just outright agree with him. I see you over there. Tell him that he's lying. Because he blocked my ass. I can't say shit to him.
Even a matter of they're stealing for necessity or they're stealing because they want to make money. They're literally in just
they just
a
vehemently
they
agree.
now
Yes, because they're gonna say, yeah,
so
they're just
what probably
stealing
happened
from us.
was this is someone who was already in the store with the intention to steal. Maybe they even had a backpack full of stuff already, and they were about to leave, and they just happened to see that your cart was just sitting there. So, I mean, to them, that's just the bonus, right? Like, that's if they're already getting some kind of like an endorphin high because they're a
Oh
kleptomaniac.
my
They're just out to
god. Oh my god. Now it's the dopamine. And the dopamine's the problem, guys. It's the dopamine. The dopamine. It's the endorphins that they get. They just want the rush of stealing DSP's fucking groceries. Dude, you said you were robbed. They didn't steal shit from you, bro. Not a single fucking thing of yours was stolen. What, 5-cent grocery bags? $2 grocery bags? Oh no. Really, dude? Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
And now they've got a giant cart sitting in front of them with a bunch of groceries and reusable bags and everything. Who even cares if they ever use it? They could literally push it out to the lot, grab four items out of the cart, and leave the rest, just push it down the block. Fuck it, they don't care. But this is the rush that they get. This endorphin rush from being a kleptomaniac.
God, what bullshit.
So, And I was
fucking
thinking about it. I
liar,
was like,
dude.
now certainly that doesn't
Weasley
make
little liar,
logical
dude.
sense. But I don't think there's logic behind these actions.
Oh
when you get to
my
a point
god.
where crime is so rampant and accepted,
Uh-huh.
now it becomes a commonplace thing that humans do.
Uh-huh.
And there's
Well,
probably an
yeah,
entire
sure,
subculture
right.
of people in this
Uh-huh.
state that are just so
Yep.
used to doing it and getting away with it.
Nope.
It's just their daily routines, right? I go to
Nope.
the store, I load up my bag, I walk out, I go home, I see what I got, I throw out some shit I don't want, I sell what I don't want, I keep what I want.
You're an idiot.
This is their life. They're just okay
No, it
with
isn't.
Any opportunity they have to grab anything, they just take. For no reason. There are probably people that'll steal something, I don't want it, they just throw it right out when they go outside, but they stole it. So they got their endorphin rush for the day because they got away with it. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you? Who are you?
So again, just to reiterate, because people, of course, in the chat are being stupid. No worker would have taken my cart with a bunch of reusable bags in it.
Yes, they would have.
If there were no reusable bags and it was just groceries.
If it's an unattended cart, yes, they would.
It's not the case. I was gone
yes,
for 2 minutes.
They would.
And there was reusable bags in the cart. No
they
employee
would.
took this cart. Okay.
Yes, they would. They would.
Likely, it was just.
They would take your cart.
Just being stupid. Now
they would take your cart,
thank God
dude.
I'm not dumb. Because
I do
imagine
this
if I
shit
were dumb
every
and
day,
I
man.
left shit in the cart. What if I left my phone there? I mean, that would be really stupid to walk away from a smartphone sitting in a shopping cart, right? You'd have to be a really big moron. What if, you know, my wife's purse was in the car? What if she'd been with me and we were shopping together and we walked away for a second, right? What if my infant son, not that I have an infant son, what if my infant son was in the cart? I mean, let's be honest, there's no logic to
moron?
it. Maybe that's the
Are you a
ultimate
goddamn
endorphin rush
idiot?
to steal the car.
Are you a fucking idiot? You're sitting there and saying that somebody would rob your child, would straight up steal your kid. I cannot believe you, dude. I cannot believe the leaps and bounds you're making here. Nobody's sympathizing with you. Nothing fucking happened to you. Nothing. Nothing got taken from your dumb ass. Nothing. Oh my god. I'm gonna go up there.
Infant son sitting in the fucking
Seattle,
front.
and I'm gonna
They
find
just walk
you,
out the
Phil.
door with their kid and leave them in the parking lot and walk away, right?
Oh,
like I know that sounds
no!
insane, but it seems like that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Like it's just these people are fucking wild. They're nuts.
You're
They're out
an
of their fucking
idiot.
minds. You know?
You're out of your fucking mind.
I just don't. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I still don't understand it. Like, again, maybe the theory of the worker is correct. Maybe the people out here are just kleptos. They've become so used to this, right? That you want to know the worst part about the whole thing?
I love Jabba the Hutt.
You ready for this?
I am somewhat Jabba the Gut.
The worst part about the whole thing was my replacement tire that I bought earlier this year was in the cart. So they stole my replacement tire that I spent all that money on. And now I got to get another one. Now that's bullshit. See, that's exaggeration.
That's not funny,
okay?
dude.
But
it's not funny.
But the point I'm making here is how ridiculous. Of all the things to steal, it still blows my mind someone did that.
Nobody did that.
If you're, again, using logic, if you're going to steal what you need or you want or you think you can get the maximum dollar for. They stole my pumpkin pie, you know. They stole, what other things did I have in there? Some canned vegetables, some like refrigerated meats, a whole bunch of bottles of drink, like juice and stuff, a whole bunch of that.
A whole bunch of bottles of drink.
They stole like 12 of these.
Who taught you how to speak?
Right? Like,
they got a whole big bottles, a bunch of drink, guys.
What were they doing? Right? So all that stuff's gone. The store is out all those groceries, right? Which is ridiculous.
Oh, what did they rob from you?
I'm out my reusable shopping bags. Now,
25
is it a big
cents.
deal? No. Is it annoying? Yeah.
No.
I got to reorder my reusable shopping bags. And that sucks. You know, some of them were old.
What?
Honestly, like I said, some of them were like
reorder them from Amazon.
So maybe it just,
they're going to be marked up the ass, and they're just going to.
In fact, I already have.
They're going to be bright, shiny, and new, guys. I need them.
No, you don't. Safeway sells reusable bags. You can buy a grip of bags for 25 cents. 5 plastic bags at my local Safeway are 5 cents. The paper bags are free. The paper bags are reusable. They're not, completely reusable like a plastic bag, or like a nylon bag, but they're certainly reusable for, a finite amount of reuses. You can reuse plastic bags. They literally give you the tools. Yes, it sucks that you have to pay for plastic bags, but they're trying to incentivize you to take the paper bags, which are free. You're creating a problem that doesn't exist for yourself.
I went on Amazon last night and I actually found these nice cloth ones because these, I told you, they were like the plastic, almost like laminate plastic feeling bags. So the ones I got online are like cloth bags, which are probably going to be very nice and probably even more durable than what I had regardless, right? So it's not a huge loss. It just sucks I have to spend more money to buy more bags, but maybe it was the time to get them anyway, right? So not a big deal. But still, it's just stupid. It's still stealing, right? They stole the bags from me. They stole all those groceries from the store. For what? And that's just the state of life out here. It sucks. And by the way, just so you guys know, this is not a political statement. People out here who are liberal have had enough. It's not just, oh, it's because it's conservatives against liberals, right?
He's
And
just
so
making this shit up. He's just making this shit up. He's making it up. He is making it up. All of it. All of what he is saying here is just made up bullshit. Yes, we've had a problem with uh with liberal ideology out here in the Northwest. That's true. Chad is an undeniable failure, you know. But that was a small section of Washington that was doing that. And that was years ago, Phil. He's lying. He's just straight up lying. Here, I want to go back a few minutes, actually. He is so goddamn ugly. I never seen such an ugly person in my life. Look at him.
it's not a huge loss. It just sucks I have to spend more money to buy more bags, but maybe it was the time to get them
You
anyway,
don't have to
right?
spend money to buy
So not a big
bags.
deal. But still, it's just
You really
stupid.
don't.
It's still stealing, right?
It isn't.
They stole the bags from me. They stole
No,
all
they
those
didn't.
groceries from the store.
No, they didn't.
For what? And that's just the state of life out here. It sucks. And by the way, just so you guys know, this is not a political statement. People out here who are liberal have had enough. It's not just, oh, it's because it's conservatives against liberals, right? And so the conservatives want law and order and the liberals want everything free, and because of that, no, like the liberal people out here are also had enough. Everyone out here has had enough of this shit. We had a government out here that failed everyone ever since the pandemic
That
hit,
part is
and you
true.
had all those movements for Black Lives Matter and all of that. The governments out here pushed way too far in one direction, anti-police and all of that, and they ruined everything for everyone. So it's
No.
literally not just, oh, it's one group of political movement. Everyone out here is.
How are you going to say this while living behind a gated community, dude? How are you going to say this while being in a privileged position where you don't have to fucking worry about any of that? None of that affected your fucking life in your gated community, Phil. None of it. I'll deal with that later. No, but he's just lying, dude. The only truthful thing he said was that the government failed by defunding the police. The state government failed by defunding the police. That's true. But they've tried to rectify that over time, Phil. It's not just the lawless West over there. You know, you're lying. You're leaving out information and you're purposefully like being obtuse. You're omitting small key details to suit a narrative for yourself. I'm sorry, your groceries were not stolen from you. Dad is not responsible for your 25-cent shopping bags getting stolen. It's not everybody else's fault that your dumbass buys shopping bags on Amazon when they give you shopping bags at the market for 5 cents. Dude, you literally live 5 hours away from me. It's not that much different in price. It isn't. You can sit there and say, but nothing. But nothing. Phil, you're lying. I actually do. I run a supermarket myself. So, yes, there is an issue with people trying to steal. There is an issue with people like you being dipshits also. So, I mean, what's going to give? No, I went off the rails with that. But, I work in a supermarket. I know what's going on. And not everything you're saying is the truth, Phil. The only part that's the truth is that the state governments, both in Washington and Oregon, as well as California, failed because they tried to defund the police, right? While also trying to divert those funds into other like facets of the police force. They tried to add like what is it, mental health specialists, but that really doesn't work because how is a mental health specialist going to stop somebody from killing somebody when the person that they're trying to calm down is in a manic episode and is moments away from doing so? Sometimes you just got to accept that split second decision making is needed. And sometimes that split second decision making is going to be the wrong choice. But that wrong choice hopefully saves another life. You know, it's ebbs and flows. It's give and take. It's an experiment. We try, we fail. We try again, we fail, we try again. That's how society builds itself. We need to accept the fact that maybe there are some times where a police officer might not be needed and maybe a social worker is needed with police assistance. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe teaching police officers how to engage people instead of instantly going to fight or flight mode would be a necessity. I mean, we require uh training in just about every aspect of my job. I have to learn how to deal with irate customers. I had to do that, and I'm not drawing equivalence between my job and being a police officer, but I'm saying, there's training involved in jobs, and sometimes the employers neglect uh pertinent training because they feel that it's not necessary. The state government might feel that it's not necessary to have social workers when they believe police officers could fulfill those roles. Again, it's ebbs and flows, it's checks and balances, it's trial and error. That's what it is. And yes, sometimes it's not going to be as good and as great as we want. But you can't sit there and say that they robbed your fucking groceries, dude. They didn't. 9 times out of 10, the customer service rep that's going around cleaning up the aisles, the customer service assistant, whatever you want to call them, the stalker, whatever, when they go around and they're cleaning the aisles, when they see carts that are in aisles that are unattended, with bags in them or not, they rolled them to the customer service counter. You did not go to any customer service representative and say, "Hey, This is what happened. Do you know where my cart might be? No, you didn't. You went to a cashier who would know nothing and just started spouting bullshit. You didn't go to the customer service counter. You didn't. You're lying, dude.
Fucking
Sounds like
fed
crap.
up with what our government did. They fucked the whole thing up. Okay? So they're trying to fix it. They
They're
just recently
trying to
passed
fix
a
it.
law that said that, oh, like the police now can engage. If they're trying to arrest someone, they can engage in a certain situation and not in another situation. But I just want you to think what kind of a government we have that you
No.
can literally neuter the law enforcement. Like, we
No.
went all the way one way. Okay, the law enforcement is
No.
overly forceful. They're doing horrible things. They're overextending
They
their
were
reach of what they
doing
should be.
horrible things. Dude, the police should not be able to shoot first, ask questions later, and then get away with murdering somebody unjustly. There were bad things happening, and only a dumbass would deny that bad things were happening. People should not be killed for no reason. Again, they murdered a woman in her bed while she slept. They shot a man in his back while he was on the ground with his hands behind his head, crying. They murdered him. There were people being murdered unjustly in our country by corrupt police. It is undeniable that that was happening. Yes, the pendulum swung too far in one direction. I'll give you that because I agree with that assessment. But it didn't swing far enough that it's irreparably damaged. We can fix it, which they obviously are trying to do. And just because they're piecemealing power back to the police doesn't mean that they're trying to neuter them. They're trying to give them an effective amount of power without giving them the abusive level of power that they had in prior engagements. It is common sense for anybody to know that power corrupts, or unfettered power corrupts absolutely. When you give people the ability to kill with impunity, with no repercussions, they will do it first and not care about it second. And that is exactly what we had been seeing. Police officers killing people with impunity, with free reign, and being protected by corrupt police systems. We saw that firsthand. The fact you are sitting here and saying that it was an egregious move of power. No, the egregious move of power is watching a police force act as a military force and literally start killing civilians. We condemn other countries for doing this exact thing. So why is it okay for us? But we condemn other countries. How are we going to sit here and condemn uh dictatorships that literally have military authority over every aspect of somebody's life when we have it here in our own country and don't call it out? How would that make us look? Hypocritical. If we can sit here and condemn North Korea, right, for saying, hey, you guys shouldn't be abusing your citizens. You shouldn't have, military control over every aspect of your citizens' lives. How are we going to sit here and say, oh, it's okay for people in the Americas to be murdered in the street by police because they happen to be having a manic episode and are mentally disabled and don't know what they're doing? Why is it that they can just abruptly murder a woman when she's sleeping in her own apartment? Why? Why can they murder a man while he's on his knees crying for his mom? Why is that okay? There needed to be a check of power. Yes, the pendulum swung too far left. I'll agree with you there because it needs to be more in the middle. But you cannot allow them to just have unfettered power. California took it too far, Oregon took it too far, and Washington took it too far. I'll agree with you there. But to sit there and say that it swung so far that is irreparably damaged and that they're refusing to fix the police force and they're just neutering them is not true. It isn't true. It's just not at the speed in which you want it to be. Now, is that fair because you're a tax-paying American? Sure. You have right to criticize your government any way you see fit, but you're fucking wrong, you're misinformed, and you're ignorantly stupid. And that is a recipe for disaster, dude.
Doing and they're getting away with it. So you go from one extreme completely to the other extreme. What made them think that was going to work? Right? It doesn't make any sense at all. So what's happening?
Again, checks and balances, trial and error. Sometimes the trial will be wrong. That's why it's trial and error. Sometimes you error. Good
Is
Lord.
progressively, over the last 3 years, crime just gets worse and worse and worse and worse because the police can't really do anything about it. I don't believe that it's the police's fault that crime is like it is. I don't believe that at all. Do you think, I mean, just think about it this way. Do you
What? It is their fault. Citizens were not saying, hey, I'm going to call you on Thursday, but can you come and shoot me while I sleep on Friday? That's not how it worked. It was responsive to their actions that caused the pendulum to swing. It is the fault of the police. It is. For as much as you want to sit there and say, it's not the police's fault, it is, you fucking moron. It is. The citizens were not doing anything. I think her name was Breonna Taylor. She was murdered in her bed for nothing. Trayvon Martin was murdered for nothing, and his murderer got away with it. There was unjust. The oh my gosh, this guy got me, bro. He got me in the Snortex. Okay, so the police, their system was corrupt. It swung completely to the left to check their power. It stripped them of power, right? It effectively neutered them, as he wants to say. Now they're allowing the pendulum to swing back to the middle, but slowly. So they're piecemealing the power back to the police. They are saying you can do these things, but we need to have proper checks and fucking balances to check your power so you aren't just militarily reigning unanimous decision over life and death over people like you're some kind of Gestapo. It's you need to check the power. It needed to be checked. End of discussion. End of discussion. When a police force is murdering people unjustly and the system is protecting the murderer, there is a problem. End of story. And you can say it was George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the man who was shot in the back while he was crying on the floor, who was a white man. You can sit there and say that it wasn't the police, but the examples showed that it was. The examples show that it was. Show me one instance where it was the result of the person. One time. Where did Breonna Taylor, where did she commit a crime? She didn't. Uh Fucking George Floyd was just selling. No, there was also a man who was selling cigarettes on the side of the road who was murdered. They choked him. No, fucking no. No, you cannot sit there and say that it wasn't the fault of the police when it was. When we have children literally being fucking murdered in a school, right? And police refuse to go in to the school, there is a problem with the police force. When they're so willing to use their authority over innocent citizens, but when crimes are being committed in front of them, they do nothing. There needs to be a check of power. There needs to be a redistribution of power. There has to be, because there's clear corruption within a system that is meant to be beneficial for people. I'm sorry. I gotta change this because he's pissing me off. But no, no, Phil, you cannot sit there and say that it was on the people. It was not on the people. No, no, no. It was not on the people. It was not on the people for what happened to those innocent people who were murdered for nothing. And you can disagree with the protests or riots or whatever you want to call them. You can disagree with them. I'm not here to to sway your opinion of anything. But you have to admit that there was a clear show of a disproportionate level of power between police and citizens when they're rolling tanks through fucking cities. There is a problem when they're using robots to walk the street. There is a legitimate problem. There is, you know, and yes, the pendulum might have swung a little too far, but they are trying to fix it. I have to stop. I'm gonna say some more stupid shit. I'm gonna get my ass in trouble. I gotta stop. He was really pissing me off. Really pissing me off. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, he was pissing me off. Moron. He really pissed me off. I've never heard such ignorance in my entire life. In my entire life. How are you legitimately going to sit there and say that what happened to the innocent civilians was the fault of the civilians? The police got defunded because of the actions of the police departments who were committing these atrocious actions against civilians. It was not the civilians' fault for the actions that happened to them. Yes, you can disagree with the riots, you can say that they were wrong, and you can say whatever. I'm not here to sway your opinion, but they rolled tanks through cities. How can you not say that there was a disproportionate level of power? What citizen was rolling a tank through the city? Where's the equal or where's the equal level of power there? Not one single time did that happen. Not one single time. Uh, ooh, he pissed me off. He got me. He got me. Oh, okay. Let's just move past where he was at. Let's get back to this. I needed to calm down.
Like I hit
Anonymous
the lotto,
$21 tip.
right? Imagine if like I hit the lotto and I'm rich now, and I'm like, guys, guess what? Out of all the things that I'm gonna do, I've decided to continue Project 7. I'm actually gonna hire
rich,
like
you
professional
dipshit.
indie filmmakers to work
You
on this.
are
to
rich.
film, to edit, to only person from the original show involved. Everyone else will be. But what I'll do, I'll get lookalikes. I'll get a John Rambo and a Howard and an OJ lookalike, and an or anything like that. So don't worry about that. Like, oh God, he's playing another RPG. This won't be a lengthy one. All right. So it premieres today on the first stream. Tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. It is the return of Friday Night Fights. And listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I'm going to attempt to use Dalcine.
Called it.
I watched a top Dalcine player play last night for about 45 minutes, and I learned some interesting strategies that I want to implement today. Okay? I don't know how it's going to go. It could go well. It could go absolutely horribly. Thing is, I haven't used Dalcine at all on PS5 yet. So when we play this today, I don't know. I'll probably do some casual matches just to get my bearings, and then I'll probably jump into some ranked matches and things like that. All right? First time, by the way, I'm playing Street Fighter in like a month. So understand, admittedly, I know I'm going to be rusty, and I'm going to have some matches to get back into the swing of things and stuff like that. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try this out. I'm going to see what I can figure out, and hopefully it goes well. You know, hopefully we can have a good time tonight with Dalcine. We'll see how it goes. First time again with Street Fighter in like a month, and I'm excited to see how it goes, especially with a new character. Okay, so that's tonight, late stream. Tomorrow, the daytime stream will be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer on the day's stream. You guys have campaigned to bring Modern Warfare 3 back to daytime streams, and I'm now listening to your feedback, and I'm going to give you what you want. So yes, Modern Warfare returns to daytime tomorrow. Last time around when I played on Wednesday night, I went on a crazy tear. I started using sniper rifles. Dude, I had 33 kills in one match, 5.4 something kill death ratio. I was a juggernaut. I was kicking ass in that one. Dude, it's crazy. I was having so much fun too. It's funny because I know it's not a great game or anything, but for some reason it just clicks with me, likely because of the retro maps, right? So, I hope you will join me tomorrow for more chaotic fun during the day. Tomorrow night on the late stream, it will be Like a Dragon Gaiden continuing on. We've actually hit the open world part of the game where you're doing all this content. It's very fun. It's a chill game where we can interact and we can talk and we can have time for that. It's meant to be more of a laid-back, chill game than like a serious, you know, attention-grabbing playthrough. So I hope you'll join me for that. Then on Sunday, it's going to be the return of my React show, DSP versus the Internet on DSP Reacts. Sunday night, we're actually going to bring back Starfield for a one-off stream. Yes, I know. Starfield hasn't been played in like a month and a half, but I'm 40 hours in, and I just want to see the ending of the story. So we're going to do this one-off stream of Starfield. We'll see how it goes. Then on Monday, more Mario RPG and more Street Fighter 6. Tuesday, more Modern Warfare 3 and more Like a Dragon Gaiden. That's my streaming week. I'm not here on Wednesday. Thursday is American Thanksgiving. I'll be doing one stream, and it's going to be a combination of stuff. There's going to be some chill stuff where we just kind of chill and interact and talk about Thanksgiving and what we're grateful for. And I think I'm going to be doing a special tier maker during that stream that'll be related to American foods that people eat on Thanksgiving. And we're going to rank them live, which will be pretty fun. So that will be my Thanksgiving stream. Only one. I'm not going to stream Thanksgiving night because that night I'm going to have a nice Thanksgiving meal with my family. But I'll be back Friday the 24th. So 1 week from today, ladies and gentlemen, it is the return Adpocalypse 2.0 on Black Friday. We will be here chilling with each other, watching advertisements. I'll be reacting to ads that have been submitted by the viewers, and it'll be a fun marathon setting. I'll order some food. We'll have the first Feasting with Phil episode in many, many months. Okay, so that'll be fun. Probably some drinking going on. I actually have liquor left over from earlier this year. I still have some bourbon. I have some flavored rum I have some tequila. I'm trying to think of like all the stuff I have left. Oh, from last year, from Christmas, I have Kahlua. So I have like a ton of different kinds of liquors that I could take shots of and stuff while we do this fun event. And it should be a good time. So I certainly hope that you guys will join me. It'll be a good time on Friday the 24th. A nice laid-back, chill marathon. And this is what I like about this. We don't have to play any games. We don't have a time constraint. We can literally just relax together all day long. And relaxing is going to be perfect, right? And then after the apocalypse is done for the rest of that week, you know, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all gameplay, you know. Well, keep in mind the reaction will be Sunday, but you'll have more Mario RPG, you'll have more Modern Warfare 3, some Street Fighter, maybe some Starfield, Like a Dragon Gaiden, all that stuff.
All right, guys.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
Now,
I got to get off
the
my
positive
phone.
announcement that I have for all of you. You ready for this one?
Positive announcement I have for all of you. I'm a dipshit.
So,
Mediocre.
even though yesterday was kind of a weird day with what happened at the grocery store,
Even though yesterday was an entirely weird day with the stupid bullshit story that I made up.
that on my days off, I try to unplug from anything work-related. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it's very tough to do that, okay?
You don't have a
But
job,
I
so how is it
basically
hard?
Didn't pay attention to, like, emails or anything yesterday.
I
on
didn't pay
purpose. I
attention
stayed
to,
away.
like, emails or...
And at the end of the day,
Listen, guys,
when I was kind of like wrapping things
dudes,
up, I was like, all right, so let's see
you've
what's
gotta
on the agenda
believe
for
me,
tomorrow.
dudes.
I opened up my email and get
Dudes.
this. I received a donation.
Bullshit.
And then I received a donation.
Bullshit.
And then I received a third donation.
Bullshit.
And the donations were all for exactly the same thing. People really, really, really want to see me play RoboCop. Because I received not one, not two, but 3 gifted copies of RoboCop. Yes. I know that sounds crazy. But I got 3 different gifted copies of RoboCop. Okay? Now, obviously, that wasn't the intention, right? Nor was it, you know, I didn't ask for 3 people to send it.
Yes, you
We were
did.
talking about this back on Wednesday. And
Yes,
I said, yeah,
you
right
did.
now, one of the major things that's stopping me from doing what I would like to do with my schedule is I can't afford a bunch of games at once, right? Because everything going on. I was sick. I lost a lot of revenue that week. I haven't really caught up. We've had some slow
Yes, you
days,
did.
and, you know, it sucks. I can't afford
Yes,
to
you
dump
did.
all this money on a bunch of games at
Yeah,
once,
you did, Phil.
right? So,
Hold on, I'm gonna go turn down
basically,
that TV.
I opened my email and I got, here's a code for RoboCop. Here's a code for RoboCop. And by the way, here's a code for RoboCop. I was like, oh shit. Well, obviously, I can't use 3 codes for RoboCop. So here's what I did. I reached out to the people and I explained the situation. And I'd like to say everyone was on board and basically said, yes, you can keep obviously 1 copy and give away the other 2 copies.
There are no
Alright?
other 2 copies.
So,
there are no other 2 copies.
once we finish,
There are
with the
no other 2
playthrough,
copies.
I don't know if it'll be Super Mario RPG. I don't know if it'll be Like a Dragon Gaiden. You know, I don't know what it's going to be. But whenever we have a
There
time in the
were no
schedule
other
and it's time to
copies.
start with something new,
There were no
the
other
next
copies.
game that I play will be RoboCop. And during the premiere stream of RoboCop, I'll be giving away 2 copies of RoboCop.
Nope. Bullshit. No, he won't.
There you go.
No, he won't.
Okay? So there you go. That's what's going to happen. And hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully RoboCop's good.
Nope.
Since
Nope.
so many people want me to play
Nope.
it. 3 people donated it. Obviously there's some demand
He's
for
lying.
it, right?
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying.
Exactly. 'Tis the season, says Chunk. 'Tis the season indeed. So
He's
I guess
gonna
it's time.
forget.
We'll give away
He's
some
not.
stuff. But again, when will I start RoboCop? I don't know. I'm not
Nope.
going to start it now. Now I got a bunch of playthroughs going on. Let's see. Let's see when we get through one of these playthroughs.
Fuck
Maybe
you.
it'll be in like late November, early December. The next game will be RoboCop, and that's when I'll do that. Okay? Cool?
Fuck. Hit her wrong.
All right. Good
Oh.
stuff.
Nope. Oh,
All
damn,
right,
I
so
let
that
it
covered the
off too
schedule.
soon.
That covered the good news.
Okay, quick damage.
I'll just say this because we're going to get the shout-outs now.
Perfect.
please, if you enjoy my content, support it in some way. All right? I'm an indie guy. I don't have any partnerships, no major sponsorships. I don't get paid to play games. I don't shield products on my streams, as you know. This is all 100% independent. That's why I pride myself that I could give you honest feedback and opinions on games as I play them. I can say whatever I want on my streams. I don't have to worry about a sponsor dropping me because they didn't like what I said. You know what I mean? I like that. That's what I tried to aspire to do all these years. And I'm happy that 15 years later, I can still be myself. But it means I rely on crowdfunding. I don't have major support in other methods, all right? Now, recently, you guys actually said to me, Phil, we wish that you'd actually monetize your streams more. You outright said this, you know, because you don't run ads or anything like everybody else, you know, and it would help you out. I said, yeah, it would help me out possibly if I could run more ads. So you'll notice that during my live streams, I want to say it's like every 20 to 30 minutes, there's an ad that runs. Okay?
How does that keep
missing?
That's the result of
people's feedback. I don't know if it's helping right now or not. I've only done it for less than a week, so it's hard to tell if there's really having any kind of a concrete impact. I feel like if you do it for several weeks to a month, I'll see if there was like a definitive increase of any kind of ad revenue or whatever. So we'll see what happens with that, all right? But outside of that, if you want to support the content, there's so many ways you can do it, right? Liking the video, leaving comments on the video, liking the live stream. That's engagement. That kind of stuff allows me to find an audience on YouTube. That engagement lets people know I exist. It puts me into the YouTube algorithm this time of year. So please consider liking the stream, liking videos I put out, you know. So please do. Please like the content and leave comments on it. That's engagement. Outside of engagement, all right, there's many other things that you can do to help. All right, for example, super chats, super stickers during a live stream, or a super thanks on a video that's eligible for it. Those are all ways that you can, through YouTube, contribute, and I always make sure to thank anyone who does that and to highlight it. Like if you do a super thanks, I'll highlight the comment, I'll say personal response. I've
never seen somebody live
on
so
the stream, then obviously we'll do a pop-up to say thanks. I'll call it out, I'll thank you, I'll get you on the leaderboard if you're the recent super chatter or whatever. All right, memberships are huge. Memberships are ongoing support for this channel. You get tons of benefits for being a member, including all my emotes, dozens of them, not having to abide by slow mode rules and being able to talk as much as you want in the chat.
Oh shit, I was expecting him to block.
How long you've been a supporter. Priority for special events. For example, right now, for this Adpocalypse event,
I gotta actually start.
People who are members get priority to watch their ads because they've
Fuck
ads have to be watched first.
He was in Sun State. Oh, god damn it.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Please consider becoming a member, or, as they say, 'tis the season of giving, right? We're heading into the holiday season. Maybe you would like to give some membership
out
to
of
your
my
fellow
low.
viewer. They would certainly appreciate that. I know for a fact we have hundreds of people waiting in the wings ready to accept the membership. That would help this channel a lot. My goal today, being that it's a premier game and the return of Street Fighter at night, is to hit 500 members. I know we can do that. 12 members in one day. It's not a small task, but it's also not a giant ask. It's doable. Please consider becoming a member today. Again, gifting some memberships to
They
help
stole
out
my 25-cent shopping bag.
Last but not least is tips. Tips are very important because tips are liquidity. What that means is those are funds that I can use right now for important stuff. Buying another game, paying a bill, going grocery shopping, buying more reusable shopping bags, right? Actually paying the bill for them. Yeah, all those things tips will go towards, all right? So please consider tipping. We have rewards in place for tips for every goal hit, 50, 100, or 150 bucks.
We have rewards in place, like us the creditor.
You guys vote
you
on,
owe me money.
all kinds of funny
it's
stuff
not
that we
your
do for that.
money,
So
guys.
please consider tipping. Okay?
I need you to
now
know
it's time for shout-outs.
that it's not your money. None of this is your money. It's my money. You're just getting it on loan. You're meant to give it all back to me, and everything you don't is just a credit. And you'll owe me later. Fuck out of here, dude.
But I think I want to turn my fan up a little bit more. It's feeling kind of stuffy in here today. So if you don't mind.
Ah, you got the round, bitch. You're not getting the fucking match though, dude.
Okay, turn the fan up to level 2. We'll see how it goes. So first of all, on the YouTube side of things, we have Boogie Glug, who did a 15-pound super chat. First super chat of the day. Thank you, Buggy. He says, started watching you recently. I was only familiar of you because of your critics' opinions, but I discovered you're a chill dude. I like your videos a lot. Thank you, Buggy. That is very nice of you to say. It is a common thing I'm finding that for those who have heard of me only through Negative Circle, alright, actually will come and watch my content, and when they do, they actually enjoy it. I'll give you a perfect example.
I'm watching your content
nice
right
comment
now.
On my Call of Duty videos from the other day, from Wednesday.
Lie.
And,
Lie.
No, I take that back. I think it was like part 1. Like, so it was the first
Lie.
one I did last week. And
Lie.
they said, wow, you know, actually watching Phil play Modern Warfare 3, he's
Nope.
not a top player or anything. But
No.
he's not bad. He's entertaining
This is
to
a
watch.
lie.
He has funny commentary.
This
If
is
you
a straight
watch
up
the
fucking
videos
lie,
that his
dude.
haters put out, literally all they do is take the boring moments or the times when he's
This
Phil,
is
and
a
they
lie.
act like that's his whole stream. And it couldn't be further from the truth. It's not representative of the real content that Phil puts out, and that's unfair because people are mostly seeing that. No one is really
He's
coming
lying.
to watch their content to see what
He
it really is.
is
They just
straight up
believe
lying.
the nonsense, right? So
He's
it's
lying.
pretty funny that you say that because yes, you're absolutely aware.
No.
I'm absolutely aware that when people
No.
actually
No.
take the time to come check this stuff out, they enjoy it. Yeah.
That's a lie.
In the last few years, my wife
Yeah,
and I
they
have started
enjoy it.
watching other
Yeah.
content creators.
That's a lie.
Okay? Just for perspective purposes. It's fun to see someone else play a game that we've played and see how they react to stuff and how they do. You know, watching them play like a Dark Souls or Elden
You're
Ring.
such a bitch.
Watching them play Alan Wake 2, for example, which
I
I
hate
just
your
played
face.
stuff like that.
I really
it's good
don't
to see
like
how,
this
you
guy's
know,
face.
compare. It's good to see
At
different
all.
perspectives, right? And what I've noticed for a lot of these other content creators, who, by the way, are much bigger than me. We're talking people that in some cases are 10 times plus bigger than me. They're not doing anything different. It's not
Oh
like they're
my
innovative or they're
god,
so
here
funny or
we
they're so
go.
different.
Yes,
They're
they
just normal
are.
people talking
They
with their audience,
actually
playing a game,
engage with
right?
their audience.
Yet
You
they're
don't.
10 times bigger than me. Why?
Because
Well,
they're
probably
better than
because
you.
they don't have 1,000 idiots who literally lie about the content they put out. So everyone thinks that
I'm
they
watching
suck
your
or that they're
content
toxic. They don't
verbatim
have anyone
right
doing
now.
that. So because of that, people actually genuinely watch and enjoy their content without the white noise.
Dude, I'm watching
there you
your
go.
content right
Yeah.
now.
Thanks for
verbatim.
watching, Buggy. I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate the contribution, and I
This
wish
is
that more
raw
people
Phil, as the
would give me
detractor
an honest
community
take.
likes to say. This is raw
You know, I really
Phil.
do. But they don't. That's the problem. No one wants
Nothing
to. They
here
just
is
wanna
edited.
believe the meme.
Nothing here is taken
They
out
just
of
wanna believe
context.
the toxic shit. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Because one,
All right.
I don't know how to edit. And two, it's a live stream.
Okay. Now we move on to the tip side of things.
He is such an idiot.
Our first tip of the day, a $4.20 tip from Wumba. I never watched or played Super Mario RPG. I'll watch your playthrough of this remake because it now has modern graphics. Man. As much as I'm happy you're going to watch my playthrough of this game, and I appreciate that, it does make me sad to hear that you didn't ever play or watch it previously because of the graphics. Like,
Havoc is so
For
good
me,
in this game. People at the beginning
I
thought he
try to
was
be as
weak,
open-minded as I
but
can.
they just didn't know how to play
and
him yet. But he's pretty good.
I don't know. That just kills me to hear that. There are so many classic games out there that were never remade. And the fact that people would skip them or purposefully say, I'm just not playing because I can't stand the old graphics.
Whoa.
That drives me nuts. I don't think that anything is, I don't think that anything should be written off just because it doesn't have modern graphics. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. When I started on YouTube 15 years ago, all right, there were so many games that I had not played because I had missed out on the entire, like, late PS1, PS2, Xbox, original Xbox, GameCube, like that era of gaming, I missed. I had been so heavily into competitive Street Fighter. It was like tunnel vision for me. And I had skipped out on like all those games, right? So when I first started on YouTube, it actually was something exciting to jump into all these games I had missed. And a lot of them at the time were getting like remakes on PS3 or whatever. Oh, the Jack and Daxter collection, the Ratchet and Clank collection. But imagine if people had like, oh, I refuse to play those classics, right? Or if I had said, I refuse to play the classic GTA games, Vice City, or GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. I refuse to play them because they just look old. right? Oh, they look like
You're an
shit. Why
idiot.
would I play those in 2012 or whenever it was, 2011, whenever I played them? Those ended up being some of the best playthroughs I've ever done. They are still to this day legendary playthroughs people go back and watch from that summer. And it's because they're older games that look like shit, but man, it was fun to watch me play the classics, right? Why on earth someone would refuse to play an old game because it has outdated graphics drives me bonkers. Like, I don't know, man.
Oh my
It ain't just
gosh,
about
dude.
that, right? It's like saying, well, I'll never watch a black and white movie. Too outdated, no color, no modernized filmmaking, you know, like, nah. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm happy to hear,
Phil,
Bomba, that you
you've
will be
never
watching
watched
my
a black
playthrough
and white
of the remake.
fucking movie a day in your goddamn
I
life.
received an
Shut
anonymous
up.
$21 tip
From 1 Minute
saying,
Man.
I love this segment. You're giving us nothing but truth. Now, I believe that this person actually did this tip during my segment about the grocery store story and
They weren't.
how the government basically
No.
is doing nothing to fix the problem with
They
thieves and
are.
stuff out here. So, if that's the case, I
You're
thank you
just
very
a
much. I think
dumbass
that's
who
what that's in
expects
reference
immediate
to.
results.
It's hard to know because they tipped
Just
him,
like
you know, that was a
everything
while
you
ago.
do in
But
your
thank you very
fucking
much.
life,
That is a
Phil.
very generous
You
tip.
expect
Thank you
immediate
for
results
the
without
$25
negatives.
already.
The negatives have to be there. The negatives have to be there. You have to fail in order to fix what you think is broken, right? When you fix a car for the first time, you just don't immediately know how to fix the problem. You have to test what you think is the problem, right? And then once you find the problem, you can fix and work that problem out and fix the system, fix the motor, right? You have to suss out the problem within the criminal system, why police are able to just kill with impunity. And you have to work up from there. It just doesn't fix itself overnight, and that's what you want. You're an idiot. An idiot. He's not right about any fucking thing. Oh my god, he grabbed me. Grabbing, 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 and a grabbing, grab. Why am I not doing the ice ball? He dug the ice ball immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, god damn it. Come on.
I also received a $10 tip.
Oh, I did it wrong. God damn it.
From Donald Trump. He says, thank you for the endorsement. Well, Mr. Trump, I hate to tell you, I would never endorse anything you do. I don't like Donald Trump. I never did.
You're exactly like him!
I knew of Trump before he was ever president. I actually had business dealings with him at the helicopter company I used to work at.
Oh my god, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. You did not have direct business dealings with Donald Trump. You didn't. 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 The business that you worked for had dealings with Donald Trump. You had no direct dealings with him at all. Shut your goddamn mouth, Phil. Shut your mouth. You're lying.
Unscrupulous is a word that comes to mind when it comes to the way that he runs his businesses. I don't think he's a very good person. I don't think he was a very good leader. He's a populist, meaning he's basically anti-establishment, right? Like, he doesn't like the two-party system and the way that things are set up.
Donald Trump is heavily an establishment person. He works within the establishment. He admits that he manipulates the establishment to his benefit. He was on the campaign trail. What did he say? I know the system is corrupt because I use it. Right? Right? What the fuck are you talking about, Phil? We knew this man is corrupt. And your ass voted for him for sure. Because there's no way in fuck you voted for a woman. None. You didn't vote for Joe Biden, Phil. I can guarantee you didn't vote for Joe Biden. Because you wouldn't have voted for Obama either.
And I get that. But that doesn't mean that I like the guy, okay?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Thank you for the tip, though. Nice joke.
Seltzer water is so bad for you.
And
as I say here, smoking.
Let's see here. I got a super chat from someone called Aquilak, and they said, I saw, just listen to this. I saw your Project 7 series. Okay, well, it's, at this point, it's almost 12 years old. It's just under 12 years old.
I can't
Out of my
handle this.
15-year career,
Shut the fuck
it's about
up, Phil.
12 years old, Project 7 at this point. Already bought a turkey roast like we had done last year. We had already bought that for Thanksgiving, but then out of nowhere, my parents bought this for us, and my dad emailed me the other day. He's like, oh, it's coming Friday. So I was like, all right, I guess what we'll do, we'll see what we want to do. One of these we'll have on Thanksgiving Day, and we'll...
Guys, I don't live a privileged life. I don't. I've never been privileged.
His parents are literally buying him a fucking full-on Thanksgiving dinner from QVC. What are they doing, Phil? Putting the fucking turkey on layaway? Come on, dude. You live an overly privileged life, dude. You don't have to wait for anything. And that doesn't make sense. Why is it, right, that you're going out buying Thanksgiving dinner when your parents buy you Thanksgiving dinner? Why? That's a lie. Why was he out buying Thanksgiving dinner when his parents sent him it every year? What's he do? This? Come on, dude. You gotta know what you're saying is a fucking lie. It's a lie, man.
And we'll save, freeze, and we'll have it on Christmas Day, right? So they're supposed to come today.
You can't freeze.
I need to get it right away. I don't
You
want to leave
can't
it on
freeze
my
that stuff
doorstep out
forever,
there,
dude.
You know,
There is
refrigerated
a
food.
shelf life
So
on
I'm
frozen
waiting, 'cause
food.
what they do is they email me when it gets delivered. So when I see that happen, then I know to go downstairs and grab it. It hasn't showed up yet, but it could show up anytime today. So if it does, I'll have to interrupt my stream briefly to go get it. All right. So, all right, guys. Thank you all. Fun podcast today. I hope that you enjoyed the show, and I hope that you will all join me.
I love this
for
skin
Super
for
Mario
Sub-Zero.
RPG remake
This is
premiere
my favorite.
today.
My
I think that'd be
absolute
great
favorite
if you could.
in the
At
whole
least give
game.
it a shot. If it's not your cup of tea, it's all good. But maybe give it a shot. I know for a
We
fact
are
I love this
gonna,
game.
we're
I hope
gonna
that
leave
you
it
guys
here.
will also enjoy
We're
this,
gonna
right?
and play some stupid Mario.
Excuse me. Ooh, thank you all for your support this morning. Tomorrow, we'll be talking all about it. We'll talk about what I thought about my first day of Super Mario RPG. I'll be talking about returning to Friday Night Fights, which will be fun. Like a lot of stuff coming up. Exciting stuff on tomorrow's show. All right? Thanks all. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Later.
That was weird. What happened there?
Alright.
I didn't EX it.
Very good.
I have my
so let's
full
go
bar.
ahead and
What happened there?
let's get ready. Let's get this camera.
I don't get it. Like, he's been doing this for 15 years, and he doesn't know how to set scenes up. Look at this. Okay, my opening scene, right? Secondary scene, third scene, fourth scene, all set up.
Okay.
All I
by
have
the
to do
way,
is press a button.
I will be using my Pro controller for this playthrough because
I don't get it.
You should be able, technically, I hope, to use the thumbstick to move your character around in this game, and it hopefully will work well. I do feel like sadly with Mario Wonder, I was at a disadvantage the whole playthrough because you need the D-pad to play that, and the D-pad on this controller is busted and doesn't work well. It never did. And the D-pad on the other controller that I was using,
You're just
isn't that good
blaming
either.
the
With this
controller,
one,
dude.
I should be fine to use the thumbstick, so we should
With
have
this
a nice
one,
smooth control
I should be
playthrough, I hope.
fine.
Okay.
To use the thumbstick.
By the way,
fucking douche.
thank you, Great Zero Taste.
Thank you. Great
For
zero
super chat.
taste for
Random
rubbing
question:
my balls.
do you have a favorite turkey meal or dinner? I'm thinking of eating more turkey. I eat turkey, but not like you think. Like I'm not getting like a whole roasted turkey or anything like that. I eat a lot of ground turkey and various things. Like we use turkey for turkey tacos. We use it for bakes, like Mexican bake, an Italian bake. Basically anything you would think you would put ground.
No,
beef into,
you cannot
we put
use
ground
turkey
into. We just
in
season it,
Italian
so it tastes
food.
good. and then we put it in there. Much healthier, by the way, than ground beef. Less fat, less acidic content.
Oh yeah, we forgot. He has that
So,
gout.
That's how we usually
And the
eat
erectile
our,
dysfunction as a result of that
our
gout.
turkey.
And that's why he has no
For
sex drive.
Thanksgiving,
And that's why
personally,
Cat hasn't
I'm
had
not in
sex
love
in
with
years.
turkey. I always told you guys, I think turkey might be one of my least favorite things about Thanksgiving. I like all the other stuff, all the sides and stuff. Like, seriously.
That's actually what I prefer as well.
What? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Huh? According to OBS, I am completely smooth and not dropping any frames. Are you guys seeing the stream fine?
Nope.
What's going on? Because it's saying there's
You're
an error.
dumbass,
There's no
that's
error
what's
on my
going
end at
on.
all. It's literally smooth. I don't know what they're talking about.
I need that
I
to
see
land,
0 frame
or I'm
drop,
not going to
0
be able to
issues. It's
fucking do
smooth.
this, dude.
Looks
Come
fine.
on.
Looks normal. Maybe
Melina's
YouTube's
just
having
fucking
an error on
stomping
their
my
end.
butt here.
That it would say that because I'm having no problems. Yeah, look, open widget. Poor.
What?
YouTube is not receiving enough. What are you talking about? It says poor quality, but you guys are saying it looks fine, right?
No, it looks like shit.
Everything
I see
looks
this
good?
ugly, cracked out face in the viewfinder.
We're still good?
No, you're ugly.
Because it says still broadcasting. Everything's good. People are saying it's good. Quality is fine. I think YouTube might be
What?
having problems. Let me try like refreshing other pages on YouTube and see if they load. Maybe YouTube in general is just having problems. My content page loaded fine. I'm at a loss as to why it's saying this. Let me try reloading this page. Everything is fine.
Oh, what?
Wow. I can tell you right now, YouTube really screwed stuff up. So on my main channel page, there's this new thing that now lists. It says for you, and it's supposed to recommend certain videos and things. It's recommending my oldest videos. It's literally
Such a
recommending my
dipshit.
oldest videos on the page that I've ever had.
Oh, fuck.
It's
I'm gonna take
recommending
a
like
bad.
Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions. It's recommending my Need for
Nice.
Speed video from the launch of PS4. Like, why is it recommending those videos?
Because they want people to see who the real you is.
So
bro.
everyone is still good?
No.
Everyone is still good and there's no problems? It's as long as
I'm
it's working
still seeing
smoothly, I
this
just have
cracked
to pee
out
quickly,
fucker in
and
my
then we're gonna
viewfinder,
start.
man.
I just want to be sure there's really no problems and this pop-up error is a glitch or something.
I
Because I'm showing smooth connection, 0 dropped frames, everything looks good. I don't know why it's saying all of a sudden out of nowhere error. It's all good on your end, Shia? I'm running at 1080p, 60 frames. Everything's fine. It's being ridiculous, says Joe Love. Looks smooth. You can see. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like a
obviously you're
mix
seeing the
between
dashboard, but
fish
I'm
and
moving,
gold.
right? Like, I'm moving. Everything's fine. Everything's smooth, right? All good. So I guess they fucked it up.
I
I'll
guess
try
they fucked
refreshing
it
my
up,
stream
guys.
page here
I'll try and refresh my
to see
stream
if it
page,
fixes
guys.
the error
Oh,
message. No, the error message won't go away. I think YouTube's fucked up right now.
I think YouTube is
It sure
fucked up
seems
right
that
now,
way.
guys.
By the way, we
It
hit
sure
100
seems
likes
that
already,
way.
so I'll do a bubble blow for you guys.
Let me see.
That's so weird. I'm getting this pop-up message saying
Maybe-
YouTube
let me
is not
see.
receiving enough signal. Your viewers will get a choppy quality. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just YouTube fucking up. This is hilarious.
Let's see. Let's open it a few times.
Oh, really? Expand Dong says they did some script changes to make it closer to the Japanese version. I wonder if you'll notice any of the changes. I guess we'll see.
Let's see.
Right? All right, let's do a bubble blow, and we're going to take a very brief break for me to pee, and then we're going to begin.
Let's
Okay.
see, guys.
Let me,
Well, now. Huh.
here we are.
Shit. It doesn't seem so, Phil. It seems like a you problem, bro.
So you can see me. I'm moving, right, everybody? I'm moving on camera.
It's a
There's
you
nothing
problem.
wrong.
You're just stalling, my
Derek, I'll see you
guy.
later. This is so weird. I've never had YouTube give me an error message like this before.
Oh, I had 3
for no
open.
good reason.
Shit.
I have no clue what's going on. I don't know.
Oh my god, how many did I have open? Okay, there we go. I had 4 open.
Bizarre. Very bizarre.
It
But
loaded
like I
fine
said,
for
YouTube's
me
been having
4
issues.
separate times.
As I told
so,
you guys,
fat sausage ass fingers.
there's been a lot of problems recently with YouTube streaming. There's been certain people who are streaming, and because of the server that they connect to, because of where they are in the world, their streams have been buffering and choppy for like days at a time, and then all of a sudden just fixed. So it was a YouTube server issue.
Nope.
And then the
It's
other day,
a
some people
you
were telling me that
issue.
stuff was buffering, but now it seems fine.
It's a you
and now
issue,
I'm getting error
Phil.
for no reason.
I'm getting an error for
Amazing,
no
right?
reason, guys.
All right, let's do a quick bubble blow.
He's lying.
Let's do a quick bubble blow. Bubble blow.
Ah,
I'm too dumb. I don't know how to blow bubbles, guys. Is it this way or the other way?
that was quite a lot of bubbles for that one little thing.
That was quite a
Cool.
lot of
Wow.
stupidity. It just exposed me as a dumbass who doesn't know how to blow a bubble.
All right, guys. Yeah, please, everyone, let me know if there actually ends up being
Ding,
problems with the stream.
ding, dong.
I don't know
Ring
why
a ding
YouTube
a
is
ding
saying
a
there
ding a
are.
dong.
I'm certainly not going to turn off the stream, right?
I'm not
That'd be
going to
pretty
turn
stupid
off
if I
the
did.
stream,
If it's working,
guys.
and I turn the stream off, I'd be pretty stupid, right? So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave the stream on and continue to broadcast and have no issues, hopefully.
It's not Phil running the ads, guys. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. He put that shit on there.
Cool. All right, are we good? So, now I got bubbles on my glasses.
Why is his Nintendo wired, but his PlayStation isn't?
There we go. Okay, let's take a brief break. All right. I'm just going to go quickly use the restroom, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
I want to see like his
I won't
stream
run
just
ads,
start
but it's
chopping.
very possible the stream will run ads anyway because it's automatically running them. All right. So I'll just mute the mic. I'll go use the bathroom.
I
I'll be
kinda
right
wanna
back.
play
We'll
some
begin. See you in
Yu-Gi-Oh.
like 5 minutes, everybody.
Would you guys mind if I played some? Dude, puts no background music on or anything? He's been doing this for 15 years. 15 years. And he doesn't know how to set up scenes. It's perplexing. The dude's an idiot. Now watch, his fucking Twitches are gonna go into sleep mode. Does this have more Noble Knights in it? No. I don't know how to play that deck. I'm gonna put on a hard one. I wanna fight Kaiba. I think it's that one. Yep, okay. Oh shit, I put on the wrong one. I want to put on that one. On change Gonna change the picture to reflect the game that we are playing. All right. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, dude. Dude, how long does it take to take a shit? I can't believe I have to actually do this, dude. They fucked up my whole plan. If I can't draw anything to fuse with, I'm pretty much shit out of luck here. Oh shit, I forgot I have my face down card. Woohoo!
Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm ready to start, and guess what? The error that was going on is gone. So whatever that error was, it disappeared while I was pooping.
Ew, dude.
There you go.
Why do you think people want to know that?
I just received a $2 tip.
I'm about to
Someone
fucking clinch
is
this,
asking
bro.
in a $2 tip, if I gave you money, would you buy the battle pass for Call of Duty? I don't even know what's in the battle pass for Call of Duty. Like, I don't even know what that would do. If I bought the battle pass, what on earth would I get? Would it be anything that would benefit my gameplay? Because I'll be honest, I don't care about cosmetics. I don't care about any bells, whistles, or bullshit.
Why would you want to respawn him?
But if it's something that would actively help with my streams and gameplay, if it's something that you think we would all benefit from me having, then I would consider it. But no, I certainly don't want you just buying the battle pass arbitrarily because I play the game or anything. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't think so. But I don't know what the battle pass entails. Does anyone actually know what the battle pass has in it, or how it benefits you? I don't know. She says, does it sometimes have new weapons? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't ever bought the battle pass before, have I? Okay. Microfiber cloths. It doesn't benefit you. It's just going to be skins and emotes and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Derek, you're taking off? He says he'll be back for Like a Dragon. He's going to post more ads. Sounds good to me. Thank you, Derek. It's not worth it unless you're playing Call of Duty a lot, I'm being told. Well, now I'm... Hold on. Now my cord is all fucking knotted up. Look at it. How do cords knot up? I just don't understand it. Cords always knot themselves up. How does this happen? I didn't do it. Who came in? Did someone come in here during my day off and knocked up my cord on me? Alright. Let's boot her up. Blueprints, calling cards, OP skins. I don't know what any of that means. And here we are, folks. It's time. It's very quiet. Why is it so quiet?
Oh,
why
damn.
is it silent?
Gave them
We're
both
silent
4,000.
Super Mario RPG? Isn't it gonna play that cutscene anyway? Breezy. We play on
Why
breezy,
can't I
easy
use
peasy,
this?
breezy mode. Easy peasy, breezy mode. I guess I should clarify. I've played this game before, first in the 1990s, when it was a new game. I actually rented it from Blockbuster repeatedly. Then I played it again 4.5 years ago for this very channel. But it was the original SNES game on Switch, emulated. This is the remake. Super Mario RPG remake, everybody. It's release day, November 17, 2023, and here we are. Here he comes. So Bowser's gonna look just like Bowser from Super Mario World, because this game came out right around that, a little after that
Super
time.
Mario World.
So once again, Bowser kidnaps the princess.
Are we gonna have to suffer through him fucking reading all the
Mario
lines?
lives in a house called Mario House. Here we go.
We're gonna have to suffer through him reading the lines, aren't we?
Ooh, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Mamma mia! Who kidnapped the princess again?
No.
Stupid son of a bitch! Oh.
No.
Hey, paisanos! It's
I
the
need you
Super
to
Mario
stop.
Brothers RPG remake! Da-da-da-da-da-da. We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. You're gonna kick their ass and claim to fame because you stomp on their heads, you kick them in the nuts, and then you're gonna hammer them in their butts. I said, do. Okay, that was bad. Here's some music. Now wait a minute.
Oh God.
Do you think that for this
I
game,
want to actually
should I
slap
put
him
the
in
bar
face.
on the top rather than the bottom? Because look, Mario's stats are in the bottom right, so I think I should put the bar at the top. Let's do that, shall we?
Nice.
I definitely think that makes more sense, right? Right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. 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 Right.
Dude, I fucked this up, didn't I?
Boom, 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 boom.
I did.
Let's see.
Dude, I fucked it.
Oh, let's see here. I received a tip before we even start, a $12 tip.
I received the
From
tip
Canadian
before
Kirk.
we even started.
Will you play the new Naruto X Boruto game in the future? I don't know. I haven't played a Naruto game in a zillion years. I haven't followed the Naruto plotline in a bajillion years. So it's not likely. Probably not. But thank you for the tip, and that gets us to
God
our
damn it. I don't wanna
tips
go
before
first.
we even started playing the game. Which means we have to
Dude.
do a poll for a hat. Let's do that quickly.
This is just so degenerate. He is an idiot. Must have missed this. Let's watch this. Big ups duty. Big ups to duty stream.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
Now that it's modernized, right? Okay. See, here's a hilarious thing. You ready for this? Someone in chat just said, "Oh, I just came back from a 5-day Seattle trip and it was fine. No crime or anything. It's not a big deal." All right. You ready for this one? All right, Dr. Kinessen. Where did you go? What did you do in Seattle? I want to hear your whole agenda. Let's hear it from start to finish because I live here. So I know if you're a liar or not. So let's see what you did for your
You
nice
don't live
trip of
anywhere,
5 days,
bitch.
and it was such a beautiful visit, right? Let's see how quick he is to answer. Because you want to be a
He lives
smart
in a
aleck in
void.
my chat, right? You want to think that, oh, yeah, let's disprove Phil. Ah, let's see how this one goes, huh, brother? All right. Anyway, let's continue. Oopsie poopsie, you probably didn't think I was going to do that, did you? I just received a $1 tip. Someone is complaining about how I treat people. Well, as you guys know, all right, I
He is a
do
bitch.
not go out of my way to treat people badly. In fact,
Yes,
from
you
my
do.
opinion is,
Yes,
you know,
you
give everyone the benefit of
fucking
the doubt,
do.
right?
You
You're nice,
you
be nice
go
to
out of
everyone.
your
The
way
only
to make
time
fun
they
of
should ever
people,
clap
dude.
back is if
You're
someone is
straight up
actively going out of
lying.
their way to try to do something nasty to you. And then, hey, man, if they screw you over or whatever, then that's that. You gave them their chance. They acted that way. And you know what they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's how I live my life now. All right? So, when you get a
No.
situation where you get someone coming into your chat and they're going to say something immediately that's negative, like, oh, I don't believe anything you just said about where you live because I was just on a 5-day trip. And okay, dude, I really believe you, right? I fucking lived here for 9 years. But you were here for 5 days, but I'm supposed to know, you know better than me, right? So let's
They more
hear
than
it.
likely do, yeah.
You know? Let's fucking have it. Let's hear it. If you think that's being a dick, well, then don't come into my chat and drop
You
nonsense.
are a dick.
What did you think was going to happen? Right? People were going to put you up on a chair and lift you above like the hero of
You
the chat
are a
because you
dick.
said something anti-Phil.
You are a dick.
This is, where did you think
You
you are?
are a dick,
This isn't a
dude.
detractor stream. You're on my stream and you said it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, I'm not just going to actively sit here and be nasty to people for no
You
reason.
are.
When people comes in here and they try to
That
derail
is
stuff
what
and
you're
they try to be
doing
negative
right
or whatever,
now.
That's how you're going to get treated. You started it. Don't start
You
something you don't want to
started
finish.
it.
You play stupid
You
games. You win stupid
started
prizes,
it.
as they say,
You
right?
started it.
Thank you, Aquilak, by the way, for that super chat. I wanted to get you on the leaderboard there. Okay.
You started it.
All right. All right, here we go. Downtown Seattle, Pike Place, The Wharf, ferry to Bainbridge Island, Kirkland, and Greenwood. No disrespect, not disproving you. I wanted to add to the discussion. So I'm curious what you did. When you say downtown Seattle, okay, that's great. What did you do in downtown Seattle? When you say Pike Place and The Wharf, what did you do? Because you realize, like, that whole Pike Place Market Street, like with that original Starbucks, has been the most broken into Starbucks ever, to the point where I believe at one point they were discussing closing the original Starbucks location. And that's pretty fucked up. It's a historic thing. And they're actually talking about getting rid of it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Now, personally, I've never been to Bainbridge Island. I have been on the ferry. but I never
He
went to
got
Bainbridge Island.
disproven, and now
That
he's like,
I can't
oh,
speak to.
oh.
I can speak to downtown Seattle. I can speak to Pike Place Market. I can speak about the wharf. I can speak about all that stuff. I've been there, right? So I'd
And
love
you're
to
wrong.
hear about your experience, because I know personally of all the stuff going on down there, and it ain't pretty. There are constant reports of crime, break-ins, smash and grabs, theft, and the people don't want to be there. So maybe you got lucky. It doesn't sound to me like you spent 5 days there, right? It sounds like maybe you walked through one day, and just at that point, there was nothing fishy going on. So maybe you had a good time. But that's not representative of what it's like here all the time. You understand?
What you're saying isn't representative of what it's like there all the time, dude.
Rich88 just did a super chat. Says, doesn't Pink Gorilla video game store in Seattle keep getting robbed? I don't know about that, but I wish this was an exaggeration. I see stories all the time. Constantly.
Everything he's
it
saying
says
is
stuff
an
like,
exaggeration.
This store got robbed, then it got robbed again, then it got robbed again within 2 weeks. And now the store owner is saying, I think I'm going to just close my business because I just can't deal with this anymore, and the police do nothing about it. And that's not that's the rare case. I've seen that probably 10
is the
times
rare
in the last
case,
year,
dude.
as news coming out of Seattle. You know? I wish it was an exaggeration. It's not.
It is an exaggeration.
It's common now. It's just becoming a common thing. Again, I've been to that original Starbucks location 3 times. I went there once when I originally was sightseeing around here to see if I wanted to move here. I went there again. I went there again when I had first moved here and I was like doing some tourism. And then I went there one more time with Kat in 2018. And each time I went there, it was all right. There were a lot of people there. Like, why would you wait in line just to get a coffee at the original Starbucks? It's literally the same as every other Starbucks, right? But now, like I said, I keep seeing these stories that it keeps getting busted into. The front window's been smashed like 4 times in the last couple of years, which is expensive to replace. And, you know, there's just crime, crime, crime. And that's right on the
dude,
that's right on the street where the Dr. Knesset says that he was on. For, you know, that Pike Place. Yeah, that's on the street. That's a common thing. Was it the same Starbucks the guy got stabbed in front of? I don't think so. I think that one was the downtown Seattle Starbucks. See, downtown Seattle is blocks away, and it's very like almost like skyscraper-ish, but they're not really that big. But they're big buildings, like office buildings. But all the businesses are on the ground level, and there's a bunch of restaurants, shopping, that kind of stuff around there. And that's the area where they're trying to hire people because no one wants to, literally no one wants to work in downtown Seattle. The wages have gone way up. I'm not kidding when I told you $22 an hour to work at McDonald's in downtown Seattle because no one wants to work the job. Everyone quits when they get there because it's horrible. So
that's not because of the crime there, though, dude. That's because of the cost of living there, dumbass.
All right, he says, I walked around and shopped mostly, went to a few breweries and restaurants. You're right. Maybe I got lucky. Just enjoyed my time. That's all. Sorry for the drama. It wasn't an attack. All right. But you have to understand, you came into
but you
my chat
relentlessly attacked this guy.
To what I was saying.
Yeah, because
like,
because they wanted to show you that they had a different experience
right?
there.
Nothing. I'm happy you went on a vacation.
Oh,
if you're telling
shut
the truth.
up,
I'm happy
dude.
you went on a vacation and you enjoyed
the
yourself.
Fuck
and you
out
had
of here,
no
man.
negative situations. I'm very happy to hear that. Because that's not what's
what a
common here.
liar.
Like I said, the people who live here don't want to fucking be here anymore. We had
then
enough.
leave.
Ridiculous.
You don't
The
even
crime's
live
going
in
up.
Seattle.
It's
You live in your gated community. You live in a gated community.
Okay. Any last minute stuff, guys? Anyone want to tag me?
He really is a dum-dum, right? Like, he has to be stupid. I got 3 codes. I got 3 codes, guys. And they're just 3 codes for, they're 3 codes for, RoboCop. Do you guys like the RoboCops? Please watch my RoboCop. I'm going to give you guys games. This bullshit. Nah, I'm good on that. Do. Oh God. Oh, shizzle sticks.
Move out of my way, horse. Hey, everybody. You want to hear a beat that I'm working on? You can.
Really?
Here you go.
No.
Beginning. I just started that one, but there's other stuff there that's finished. Go check it out. I'm a man. Now it's time to get into the news about Boogie again, because he can't stay out of the news. Probably partially by design, and partially because anyone who says anything about him, he can't help himself. Let's go. Skip it up and that up. So I think we know the whole situation, well, at least if you're following this channel, of what's been going on with Boogie 2988. He is on the Lol Cow podcast with Tommy C and Wings of Redemption. And he came on my show one night. We were both duped, essentially. He was duped into thinking that I wanted him on the show. I was duped into thinking he wanted to come on my live streams. There's a link to my live stream channel also in the description below. There, my streams. You know, something insane always happens, so if you... I would suggest checking out my streams. But anyway, like this is something that happens on my streams. It ended up turning into a complete disaster, because Boogie came, and he thought I wanted him there. I thought Boogie wanted to be there. And then out of nowhere, Mudahar shows up. Well, actually, I sent him a Zoom link, too, because people said he wanted to come on the show. And it turned into a back and forth. Then on top of it, Keemstar was in the chat saying that I was milking Boogie. I was not milking Boogie. My fingers were nowhere near his nipples, nor did I know he was showing up to the stream. And then Keemstar lost his mind on Boogie. And then Boogie took Keemstar. Allegedly, this wasn't a shtick, according to sources that I have. Keemstar sarcastically, because he was very angry at Boogie for coming on the show, told Boogie to crawl on his hands and knees and apologize to everybody on the Lol Cow podcast. And he allegedly took it literally, and this wasn't an act. Take a look again.
Make that video, you piece of shit! I'm sorry, Tommy C. I'm sorry, Daddy Keemstar. I'm sorry, Nicholas Di Fiorio. I don't know how to pronounce him. I'm sorry, Jordy.
Well, there's something very strange about Boogie. He's okay with being cucked by Keemstar. That should be a TV show. But Mudahar, he's very afraid of. Which... It's just weird. It makes no sense. Like, Keemstar told you to offer yourself, Boogie, but nonetheless, before I get into it, this is something that Boogie said on Twitter, and him and Mudahar had a little bit of a back and forth. I do think it's weird that people find it so entertaining when Keemstar or Muda or Tommy say terrible crap to my face. What did Mudahar say to you? He compare what Keemstar has said to you to what Muda has said to you, or some ordinary gamers. Really?
Okay,
really?
That was smart.
Anyway, but if it pays the bills, roast me daily. I don't IDGAF. Yeah, dude, you care. You absolutely care. You put out the documentary, which was meant to put you in a negative light. People said negative things, and you were angry about it. I don't understand that, Boogie. I don't understand that, but continuing on, I didn't say anything awful to your face other than a little heated moment in a private DM. I said on this show, if you didn't lie so much, I could see myself being friendly with you. I don't get why you enjoy making it out like I have so much hatred towards you. And Bo Blacks comes in, and it's true. He's 100% on point. Keem tells Boogie to shoot himself. Boogie, yeah, I respect that. I am your cuck, Keem. Muda tells Boogie to stop lying. Boogie, dude, stop it! Cease fire! Cease fire! Josh, Bo Blacks is right. Why is it that Keemstar... Well, okay, he's signing a check for you, too. I understand that. But still, like... Keemstar could say absolutely heinous things to you. And it's like, oh, okay, that's fine with me. I respect that. And Muda's like, yeah, these numbers, there's discrepancies with your finances. I have questions. Oh my God, stop, leave me alone. Stop it, please, please. Oh my God, I can't take this, Muda. You're just destroying me. What? Explain it. And then someone wrote to Boogie, what scares you more, Muda, dieting, or getting a job? Boogie wrote back, dieting, obviously, Jesus Christ. Now, I got an opinion about the Lol Cow podcast that, Keemstar, you're not going to want to hear, and many other people are saying it too. It is dry as hell. There is no chemistry. Look, I know Wings is a funny person. He's been on my show. He's funny as hell. Boogie could be a funny person. He's funny as hell. He's been on my live stream. Both of them have. And they're very entertaining people. But between Wings, Tommy, and Boogie, there is no chemistry. There's none. There's negative. We were watching it last night. We had to stop. There's no chemistry between them. I don't know.
Boring,
This is
dude.
no ill will towards Tommy. This is no ill. Wings I know is funny. Boogie I know is funny. They can be funny. Tommy, I don't know him that well, but I'm not taking shots at him. You know, he obviously has a YouTube channel, but them three together is like oil, piss, and vinegar. It doesn't mix. There's no impetus there to continue watching. We had to stop watching the podcast. So there's that. Secondly, Boogie, you got your priorities wrong. Well, unless it's because that Mudahar will actually look into the stuff that you talk about and catch you in your lies, that's probably why you're more scared of him than Keemstar, who knows that you're mentally unstable and will be a garbage human being and tell you to off yourself. You got it twisted. I understand Keemstar's cutting a check for you, which questions about that. If he gave you a 50K sign-on bonus for the Lolcow podcast, which Keem, hate to say it, with that production value, seems like it was a waste of money. Your dire straitsness, you're not really in the same amount of dire straits, right?
Yeah.
Questions. I have a lot of questions.
He's lying, bro.
Boogie,
Lying.
this whole podcast is not good for your mental health. I know you need the money. I'm sure Keemstar made you sign something. If you got the sign-on bonus, that you would be in some way reneged. He's no fool. But what's more important, money or your sanity, which I know you need? Think real hard. And think about the person you should be truly afraid of. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Rich has a point. Rich has a
be
point.
pissed at Keemstar. Don't be afraid of him. Anyway. Bird.
No, he has a point. Keemstar, I don't know personally, right? I have no idea who he is. I don't know him at all. I've barely watched any of his drama alerts or anything. I don't know Keemstar. But based on the reputation that he has, he's not a good person. He's one of the Jerry Springer type people, but he does it in real life type shit. Like, I can't pass judgment on him because I don't know, but some of the things he does do seem nefarious. It seems like he's the greater of two evils, or the lesser of two evils, I should say. You know, as opposed to selling your soul completely, you just have to degrade yourself a little bit. You know, I don't know, but it genuinely does seem like Keemstar has nefarious tendencies. All right, let's see what people are thinking about the Lol Cow podcast. Welcome to the Lol Cow podcast. Today we have for you Tommy C, Boogie, Tune, and
I had a
one and
dream
only
of getting DSP,
Wings
of Redemption, and Boogie 2988 on a podcast. The Lol Cow Podcast. The entire internet loved this idea, except for there was a huge problem. DSP.
So it's finally happening, everybody. The long-anticipated LolCow podcast is actually coming to fruition. And I'm actually impressed because if you are unaware of the difficulties that arose prior to the first episode coming out, let me give you a brief synopsis. Essentially, when Keemstar was floating the idea of the LolCow podcast, he told DSP, Wings, and Boogie, and then DSP tried to take that idea and go with Boogie and make their own podcast around the same idea. Well, it didn't work out, fortunately, I guess. And then when Keemstar actually sets this up and they're getting ready to do it, Boogie got in contact with somebody that he thought was a reputable producer to be in the show, and it turned out it was just some scammer guy who had scammed in the past, and essentially he got the copyrights for everything associated with the LolCow podcast. He also owned all the socials for it. So essentially they had recorded 2 or 3 episodes with this other guy, and they didn't actually own any of that content. So they had to stop, and that's when everybody thought, well, LolCow podcast, that's over. That's not happening. Well, fortunately, they decided to rebrand it to LolCow Live, and now they're gonna make some epic videos. I'm sure. I'm super excited for it. You know, I'm sure people like Wings and Boogie are really gonna put their best foot forward.
And we have our cows, Tommy C, Wings of Redemption, Boogie 2988, but we also have our farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, Muta, Some Ordinary Gamers, Turkey Tom, Nicholas Diorio. They're the B team. We got the A team with the cows, the B team with the farmers. This whole show is something that you have never seen before on a podcast, and it's finally happening.
So I'm going to be a bit of a Debbie Downer here, in all honesty. I don't think that this podcast is going to be the sweeping success that Keemstar thinks it's going to be, because I think within the first 10 episodes, we're going to get everything we can out of these guys. Or one of them, probably Boogie, is going to try and back out. And I know that they're going to bring other content creators in to try and stir the pot a little bit, but how much more can you talk about the same topics over and over and over again? I know it's ironic coming from me, considering that's what my entire channel is just talking about the same things over and over and over again. But I don't know. I'm questioning it a little bit, because I also am not a big Tommy C fan, in all honesty. I think he's really annoying, and I don't really think in this first episode he adds a whole lot to the dynamic, and that's what made the reason why DSP essentially makes this a success, or could be a success, is because he's like a man shrouded in mystery, in a sense, because Boogie and Wings can't help themselves but overshare everything in their entire lives. Meanwhile, nobody can trust anything that Phil says. Not saying that people can trust what the others two say, but he intentionally sort of says things that make you think, well, that can't possibly be true. For instance, I covered him having his wife's car's tire stolen a couple months ago. And that was a whole big shebang of people questioning whether or not that was actually true. Because he has been called out for the past for e-begging and lying about the stance why he's e-begging. And so he was the one that really made it, because I think that's the character I was most intrigued by, because you can get most information about the other two one way or another. So I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out.
When I say the word 3, clap into your microphone. Can we all handle that? All right. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boogie, did you even attempt to clap?
Yes, you can see it on the video if you don't believe me.
So for some reason, Boogie is in a horrible mood this entire video. He's just pissed off. And it's not surprising. I mean, Tommy C will go on to explain that they were arguing prior to this coming out, and he's just all grumpy. He's all sad. And I'm going to be 100% honest. You know, I feel like I enjoyed the times that Wings participated in this video.
All right.
But you'll find out very quickly that Tommy C and Boogie absolutely drown the conversation. They drown it because they can't help but talk over each other nonstop and yell and shout, and that's not who Wings is. Wings is more silent and quiet, so he might have a quip here or there, but they're not going to give him the time of day to interject as much. You know, and it shouldn't be too surprising because he's competing against a habitual patient room attendee and your average Palestinian supporter. So how is he gonna be able to compete with those two when they're shouting at each other?
About 22,000 people showed up.
And
to watch
I
me
wish
review
I
it.
knew more.
And like Boogie was
the,
talking about being mad at like Moist Critical
Israel
and his
Palestine.
views. I'm like, I hope he didn't watch my shit.
I don't know.
I kind of went hard in the paint.
That's
on
something I
But like,
you went harder than Moist Critical? I watched that video.
Easily went harder than Moist Critical. And like, I love Boogie to death, right? But like, I understand that some people, you treat people differently based on who they are as a person, not who you want them to be as a person, right? And like, I love Boogie to death. I think he's a great person. But like, I try to be entertaining, and like one of the ways I try to be entertaining is being witty.
Here's one thing that I'll never understand. For a man who was so quickly and is still quickly ready to just lambast strangers on video games when he's playing with them or playing against them, how can he possibly turn around and think, yeah, Boogie's a good guy? Boogie's real nice. And we'll get into the critical stuff as the video goes on and the whole point of contention. But somehow these three all are on the same page. That it's like, well, Boogie's just misinterpreted. You know, parts of the documentary people just didn't understand. They couldn't comprehend what they were trying to say. And to that I say, what do you think, I'm dumb? You think I'm a little stupid little boy? A little baby boy? Who can't comprehend what Boogie's doing? Boogie's the massive manipulator in every instance, all the time. And you're trying to tell me, nah, he's actually really nice and really kind, and he has a sweet heart, and he's really compassionate. And it's like, no, that's not who Boogie is. And if you believe that's who he is, then you yourself are being manipulated. And Boogie is all the more grateful for that, because if he can manipulate these two, then the podcast will not be a detriment to him. He can sort of, you know, twist them and mold them to how he wants the conversation to go. And we won't get as good of content because of that.
Right?
Hey man, I'll be honest, before the show, just so people know,
You're a jerk off.
I told him there was one thing I really didn't want mentioned, and you're like, you're just trying to manipulate me, and I'm like, no, there's just one thing I don't want to talk about today. You're like, you're manipulating me, you're trying to get out of the show.
Right. And then when I agreed to it, what did you do? You made one more demand. And then when
I actually
when
had
we got
two.
by that, then why do we record things different?
No, I just had two.
Anyway,
I had two requests.
This is the problem with your whole life.
No.
Anybody that tries to help you, you try to sandbag and manipulate.
Let me speak. I had two requests. There's a content creator who...
Don't bring it up if you're going to talk about it, pussy. If you're going to sit there and no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
So I have no idea which content creator Boogie is so afraid of that he doesn't want it to be brought up. It could be McJuggernuggets, potentially. I really don't know. Maybe there's a troll out there that he's really afraid of. Maybe it's Frank Castle. I really don't know which character it is that Boogie is so petrified of that he's ready to walk off the show if that person's brought up, and he had to draw a line in the sand, he had to chalk it out. And I'm actually on Tommy's side with this stance. It's like, if there's something that's so egregious to you, that's just like, ooh, I can't deal with X, Y, or Z, and then you continue to bring up X, Y, and Z, then it's like, well, you clearly want sympathy from it, or you want some sort of ulterior motive attached to it. So either shut your mouth or discuss them fully. There's no in between.
Yeah, like I did.
You said
I did
I
all
hook his
kinds of
kid to
things.
school?
Yeah, I really did. I helped somebody,
I
like
was over
the
here thinking
documentary
like you
said, I
being
helped somebody
sweet,
with
like I called
their
the local
nursing
school and, like,
degree.
paid all people's lunches.
I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I think the mental state I was in was I wanted to
That's
feel
what I
useful.
would have done.
I wanted to feel appreciated.
went to the
I wanted
like,
to
the public
feel
school and
like
said,
a
"Hey,
good person,
I
and
need
doing
every
that
outstanding
let me
balance
feel
from
like
the
those
kids
things.
here."
So here's the problem with this whole situation.
gonna
So Boogie
spend,
basically is
like,
outlining
$10,000 to pay
where
off
all this
everybody's
money that he spent
outstanding
on
debts
hookers
to the
went
school.
to, and
there's
what
nothing
it's
keeping the
associated
kids from
with and what it's
graduating,
attached to.
you know?
And one of them was there was some girl that wanted to go through nursing school, and she had a mentally disabled child, so he helped pay for special classes or something with that. It's surface value, it's redeemable. But once you start to examine it as, well, Boogie's trying to pork your mom, so he's trying to find a way to slip it in, and it just so happens he's like, well, I'll spend a gajillion dollars on school for your boy and hope that she'll let me smash. And it also doesn't help that Boogie's over here saying, well, I wanted to be viewed as helpful. I wanted to have a purpose in life. I wanted to do things for others. Well, Boogie, you had a wife. You didn't do any of that stuff for her. She did everything for you. And now you want to try and change your life around and say, well, I just want to see purpose in my life. I just want to find something that I could do. And so you turn to helping out hookers and paying for trips for them and buying luxury items for them so that they can pretend like they're living a lavish lifestyle. And this is where the critical comment comes in, because essentially Critical said that Boogie is using these women for sexual gratification, which is 100% true. Boogie loves the dynamic that he is the man in charge. He is the one that can give them an out, and they have to abide by what he wants. They have to succumb to him in order to get out of a dire situation. It's not some philanthropic ideal that Boogie is trying to accomplish. It is solely a manipulative stance that he's trying to do on vulnerable women, and now we know also their children.
Yeah, I think I'm finally able to admit that I'm a covert narcissist. That's something I'm working on. But that said,
okay, fair enough.
I think Charlie absolutely probably thinks that, but has hyped it up a little bit for the video, right? Like, you know, like one of his classic memes is when he's like, "Woo!" He's probably not that excited. He's being sarcastic for entertainment value. Maybe that's what he was doing
I don't think
here,
it makes any sense.
but
I don't think he
I do
feel
think
bad
there's a
for
grain of
you.
truth. I think there's a grain of truth that he thinks I'm a piece of shit.
Yes.
And here's why: because I am kind of a piece of shit.
You're not kind of a piece of shit. You're fully a piece of shit. All right. I don't like the semantics that people always try and do, the soften blows of things that are true. Well, I'm just kind of a piece of shit. You know, I'm not that great of a guy sometimes. It's like either you are or you aren't, and that's exactly what Tommy C was trying to say before he got topped over. Meanwhile, notice that Wings has barely participated in any of these clips, because these two blabbermouths can't help but stumble over each other the entire time. And Tommy C is basically trying to say, well, you can't say that you feel bad for him and then, you know, tear him apart and critique him. Well, yes and no, because potentially Critical could be looking for Boogie to change his lifestyle for the better, and then he would cheer that on potentially. I mean, me personally, I think Boogie's pretty irredeemable, especially after this documentary came out. I think he's just a grotesque pervert who is a manipulator and seeks to pull one over on everybody that he ever interacts with. And now he's coming out to say, well, yeah, I think I am a covert narcissist. How are you covert? Everybody sees it. You only care about you, and you'll do anything to accomplish something for yourself. You don't care about your fans. You don't care about your girlfriend. You don't care about anybody on this podcast. You just suck. You're horrible. And I'm not going to twist and turn things and say, yeah, I feel bad for Boogie. I don't feel bad for Boogie. He's 50. He had plenty of time to try and figure it out. And instead, he will just always say, well, my mind is all messed up. He'll even say it to Wings. Oh, my mind's all messed up. I just can't figure it out. You know, you're more healthy than I am. And it's like, Shut the fuck up.
Her family was they watched the doc and they were really supportive. I was shocked by that.
Her family knows about you?
Oh yeah, I've met the family. We're having Thanksgiving together. They're actually really fantastic. They have said,
stay away from her.
No, they have said, look, you clearly make her very happy, and
Yeah.
we just want her to be happy. But if you hurt her, we'll put you underground.
Good.
That's basically
I thought
what
you were
they
about
said.
to say his father asked you for jail call advice or some shit like that.
You sure they don't think you're hiding money or something? Yeah, that's true. No, I've seen that before.
I think her angle is just like,
She loves you? Really?
yeah, I think she just wanted to like have a happy life, man. She just wanted to have a happy life, and she thought that maybe I could be part of that happy life.
A broke ass guy that's overweight. Fucking.
Well, I've said this a million times. If you get with a woman who sees your potential, then that's the woman you fucking marry. And that girl sitting in there on the couch right now sees my potential.
That's the one you fooled.
Yep.
So it's no surprise that a girl who is 19 trying to date a morbidly obese loser who has no money and is accredited for being a manipulator and a criminal online, that her family would also be a bunch of garbage, just a heap of trash. It's no surprise. I mean, it is funny that Boogie's saying, oh yeah, you know, they're saying you better treat her right or we'll put you 6 feet underground. It's like, you're not 16-year-olds dating each other in high school, alright? You're a grown-ass man. It is revolting to think that I would take you in this situation. If I had a child that was dating you and we were the same age, there's a 0% chance I would let you come.
They
Zero.
fucking
Not a
juggled
chance
me
at all,
like this was
because
Mortal Kombat
you're
or
a grotesque
something.
pervert. Whether or not you want to admit to it, that's a completely different argument. But the fact of the matter is, anybody that is consciously dating somebody that is unbelievably younger than you, and then you're trying to fool yourself into thinking, well, she's the one that I'm gonna marry because she makes me feel so good about myself, and we're just a perfect pair for each other. And it's like, no, she's not. You love that you can just twist her around your finger. She'll do anything for you.
Right about that.
And of course, that's all that Boogie ever wants in life. He wants to live life on easy street. He wants everybody to take care of him, and he never wants to make any changes for himself. So, in the 5 years from now, when Boogie croaks and dies, you know, it might not be the worst day in the entire world.
Because I'm saying I've been swatted 5
Well,
times.
yeah.
I've had ATF raid my house.
But also, would you not agree that you are probably mentally healthier than me? Because I would say by a lot.
I got to the point where, like, I'm hard as woodpecker lips, dude. Like,
Yeah,
like,
I ain't
you get
there
enough
yet.
assault
I hope to
rifles
be there.
pointed in your face, you kind of get numb to it.
I hope to be there. I hope to be there one day, but that ain't where I am. And I have an anxiety disorder. I have a diagnosed.
Shut up! You might be crazy.
But I do. I have a diagnosed anxiety disorder, and
Everybody
this shit's
goes.
just
You're
hard
sick,
for me.
I
This
know
shit's
it's
just hard for me, man. That's all I'm saying.
That's why you come here to vent. This is better therapy. than
Come on,
this.
every fucking middle-aged housewife has anxiety disorder, Boogie. I do
Yeah,
as well.
Jesus Christ.
So Wings from the top rope just absolutely bodies Boogie. Because, like always, Boogie's gonna be the victim. Well, you have to say that mentally you're in a better state than I am. Oh, you do. And it's like, Boogie, what the fuck is so wrong with you? Like, what's so wrong in your life? You sit and play video games all day. You gorge yourself on food all day. And yet, you're gonna try and turn around and pretend like, oh, I'm like a, you know, a Vietnam vet. You know, I had to see 12 of my friends fall into a napalm fire, and I had to strangle a tiny Vietnamese man who was hiding in a tree. You know, like, that's what you're trying to compare yourself to. You're trying to act like your experiences are like these astronomical feats that you can never overcome. No matter all the different medicines and treatments you try and do, nothing ever works. I wonder why. Maybe it's not the treatment fault. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your fault. That's why you never change. That's why nothing about you is ever different, and you deflect constantly. You're just, oh God, he's so annoying to listen talk about this stuff, because why would anybody ever give sympathy to him? He sucks. He's like lower than low.
Mongols have taken over the lighthouse on
I don't know, man. I
This
bet
will be the
Udahar
last
goes. You think
video,
is he
though,
fat?
guys.
Does he go to a
I'm
gym?
kinda done
Yeah,
with
he ain't
it.
fat, but like just because you're
I
not
know.
fat doesn't mean you want to whoop somebody's ass.
You whip that guy, you think you whoop his ass? Oh, God, let's talk to Keem about that. I would love to see it. Hey, listen, guys, first one's in the tank. I don't know if this is going to get because...
So basically, they get in a whole conversation about what happened between Boogie and Mudahar, and Wings claims that he thinks that he could beat Mudahar in a fight. Now, I don't know any of the statistics between them. I don't know how tall Mudahar is. I don't know how heavy Mudahar is. I mean, he's not in great shape, and I also don't think he's very tall. So maybe Wings could. I mean, Wings was more agile in the fight against Boogie than I thought he was going to be, so maybe there's a chance there. I really don't know. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see how this podcast goes. I'm not going to talk about each episode, I'm sure, but it might get better, it might get worse. We'll just have to play it out. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about the initial episode. Either way, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Alright, guys. I will see you in a little bit. Have a wonderful day.